and be ready on time. Cause you know when people see you, it's break the vibe. Yeah, you. Yeah, I hear you. I can hear you. Good night.
Definitely, we in. Got to say goodnight to all those persons checking right now. Turn on your phone. Turn on all phones. Got to say goodnight to all those persons logging right now. How you guys doing? Welcome down to the next edition of Big People Conversation, where big people talk, big people stuff. You know what I mean? Remember, this is parental discretion is advice. So make sure all kids are sleeping and all these stuff. Yeah, 'cause real conversation happens over here. Good night to our co-host. Before we go any further, Keisha, what's up? How you doing?
Good night, family. I'm good. I hope you guys are also.
Yeah, man, we cool, we cool. Um, People are not gonna see her tonight. I know y'all accustomed to seeing her face, but tonight she low key tonight. So definitely we're gonna be having that conversation tonight. Like we said, tonight conversation is the topic is tonight: have women lost their self worth or they just stop caring? That's the shenanigans tonight because we see a lot of stuff is happening around the world, especially this young female passed away like a day ago. Um, a good friend of mine knew her for so long, and me, she was targeted and murdered. So, who knows she knows she. So all that we're gonna be talking about tonight, that come underneath the same topic tonight with the self-worth or stop caring. So you don't know the thing goes. Hi Shawndel, how you doing? Hope you're good. You're just busy sharing.
Yes, I am definitely sharing. Good night to everybody. Happy Thursday.
Good night, my sister friend.
Yes. So it's definitely a topic. It's a lot going on. It is definitely a lot going on outside in the world. And we're asking ourselves these questions. Have people gone mad or people just stop caring? You know? And those are the things, but at the same time, it's like it bothered me because as well, I'm like, I'm seeing so much, but I'm like, what are we really leaving for the next generation? Right? What are
Yeah.
we leaving for the next year? What are we passing on to them? That what message are we sending them now? You know? So
And you're absolutely right. And it's a topic that's much needed. And as far as when you talk about what are we leaving for them, what example are we setting? And are they comfortable enough to talk to us?
Hmm. And then are they comfortable enough in their own skin? That is another topic. Are we comfortable in who we are, in loving who we are? Because those are the things that makes us do, I think, outrageous things. Or are people really listening to the cries of people? So we laugh it off, or we joke it off, or we make it look like we a baddie, or we a hothead, or we a real bad man, or a gallus, or you know, and then all it takes is one better person than you, you know,
Right,
one
right.
better person than you, or that been watching you and think, oh, she thinks she's so bad, or he thinks she's so bad, and then that's it. So tonight's conversation is definitely, is not just only for women. I think is the self-worth of men as well, right? What are you guys leaving for your sons? What are you leaving for your daughters?
Hmm.
So the examples of, I always say, and I posted, I get angry at men because they want their daughters to be treated a certain way by their husbands, but it's what are really you, how are you treating somebody else's daughter? Or the things that we do, the things that we encourage, the things that we put out there. So it's like what you want for your daughter and your son, same thing. Do you want your son to marry a body, somebody that always fighting, somebody stripping, or showing all this lawlessness, let's just be honest, out there? Do you want that type of female that your son to bring home? Are you comfortable with that?
And then what are they doing as examples, right? Because they look at their fathers and their mothers as examples. They look at us more than what we say. And they follow that because that's what they've seen. So what are we doing? Are we, this older generation, trying to match this new world of how you're supposed to look or what's attractive, and how you're supposed to carry yourself? That's one thing that I was fortunate enough to grow up in a two-family home. And
Hmm.
my father was rough. When they say he rough, rough. You couldn't go outside looking a certain way. And sometimes I see these kids outside and I'm like, why are you outside like this? My father would turn over in his grave. As a big woman like me, I still did not disrespect my father or my family that way because that was instilled in me.
So that goes back to the question then: have we lost a generation? Have households, husbands not being, or fathers not being in their daughter's life and their son life, play a part in that, in the disconnect? Because there's a disconnection somewhere, there's something lacking somewhere. So it's like, how do we go back to that place? How do we get back to some normalcy, to where families come together, but as well as how husbands treat their wives, to how they
Hmm.
portray to their daughters and to their sons? How does we as a society, not women, feel body shamed as
Yes.
well, right? I saw a post. There was a post on one of the Guyana, only in Guyana, right? And they posted a young lady. She was a plus size young lady, but she was in a mermaid, costume, right? So
Hmm.
she was just representing the Little Mermaid, the movie, the black,
Yep.
a black mermaid, and it was amazing to see how many older people was shaming, body shaming this young lady. And I know this young lady is probably no 6 to 8 within that age group, right? And I read some of the comments. Then some people said, "I pray that this young lady never see this post because of
Yeah.
you
because
know?
that's gonna scar her.
Yeah.
And when you talk about have we lost a generation and how we feed into it, I think oftentimes fathers don't realize that when they have a daughter, the way that he moves with her, make sure you let her know she's beautiful. Doesn't matter what size she is, she's beautiful and she's intelligent. And make sure that she's comfortable in the skin that she's in. Because this body shaming stuff, we all go through it. We body shame. Me and my sisters have made a pact. We cannot say anything negative about our bodies, period.
Mm,
Society doesn't dictate. If God wanted us all to be supermodel size, He would have created all supermodels. But that's not what's attractive to everyone. And what you look like on the outside, me and my friend had a conversation yesterday when I was telling him about it, and I hope he joins. And just so you'll know, his name is Fabian and not Fabian. So let's just get it straight. But we had that conversation, and he just had a little girl. And I told him, I said, as a father, you need to make sure she knows she's your princess. You need to make sure she knows from an early age she's beautiful. And the beauty is just not outward, it's inwards. And when you talk about being bad girls, it's because they feel like, I think, I think when we talk about how this world has changed, it's changed a lot with, you know, women fighting women. And as sisters, we're supposed to big each other up.
mhm,
We're not supposed to tear them down. So that you get tore down by men, and then you got your friends them that's not comfortable to say, "Girl, why you put that on?"
mhm.
And if you want to be a friend, and I know our friend group is a little different, and I'm blessed to have my friend group like you,
I said the same thing.
because we not letting nobody walk out on the street looking crazy like that.
One, we not letting the one, and we not hyping each other up. And it was a situation where sometimes other women hype their friend up, but sometimes you can hype your friend up for their debt. You understand? Because you don't know the other person. We see that in the gas station. Alcohol plays a role in some of the things as well. And
Right.
they were fighting in the gas station, right?
Mm.
One of the girls just put out a gun. You don't know today, majority of the people have guns, right? And a simple fight that probably could have been avoided, because sometimes we don't want to walk away. Sometimes, a lot of times people feel because you walk away or you don't do anything that makes you a punk. But we was having that conversation where it's, you have much more to lose. So sometimes when there's people right now walking around like they don't feel like they have nothing to lose or nothing to live for, so they live carelessly. But that again is like, how do we help those people? Because that's simply also a cry for help.
It's not. I get what you're saying with the cry for help,
Hmm.
but the cry for help has to be from someone who wants to do something different. And some people just they don't want to change. They don't want to do anything different. So then that's when we have to disconnect ourselves from that kind of energy, you
Hmm.
know. And then the real cry for help looks like you have somebody in your corner and you talk about it. But what these girls are doing, me and you joke about it all the time. What these girls are doing is what my father used to always say: why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Hmm.
For what?
But I do really do. I want the women really pay attention, because most times I'm bothered. Like I share that with Fire's page, right? Facebook,
Mhm.
our social media pages, right? It's two different pages. And there's certain times he'll show me certain things with certain people fighting and different thing again. He's like, you ain't see that? And I said, no, because they're not on my page. But if you go on my page, you'll see a bunch of entrepreneur women or entrepreneur men, young men and women, personal self-development, business minded, that's looking to have and leave for the next generation. So,
Because we have a different mindset. We have a different mindset. People always be like, "Oh, you too bougie," when it comes to me, right?
mm-hmm,
I have too much to lose. I didn't work this hard to get a Karen Touch to be 11 years to accept a friend request. And that's why I have to approve anything that goes on my page because I'm going to look and see. There's plenty of people reach out, and the first thing I see is all this porno, all these naked women. No, that's not a representation of me, and that's not a representation of my girls in my organization when I do the Priceless Project to make sure they know chivalry isn't dead. Chivalry is dead when as a woman you don't demand it. And
correct,
when you don't love yourself, when I see these women out here doing these kind of things, it goes back to them not loving themselves. And I don't bash them for it.
right.
I don't bash them for it because I've been there as far as not loving myself, thinking that it was something wrong with me because I didn't fit the mold of what this country or the world, I ain't gonna say country, I'm gonna say the world wants to see. I'm gonna be me.
Well, that's one thing, and I'm gonna be a little honest, and I've always said that. Sometimes, I said that to my mom, and she looked at me like, I would just kill you right now.
Yeah.
But I said,
Shout out, mommy.
yes, I said, if I had the body like that, I would be a stripper.
Girl. Okay, we gonna go there, but guess
Right,
what?
here's why.
I,
Here's why. Here's why I said that, right? Because strippers make a lot of money. Let's just be honest. They make a lot of money, but then at the same time, sometimes your path and your purpose, God don't have that for you, and we know it's not right, right? We know it's not right, right? Let's just be honest. But we also know it's a form of control or manipulation for men. Let's be honest,
yeah,
right?
we can be honest because I've been there. I've been there where I decided I was like, okay, I need to make me some money. So I'm going to do this thing. Bought the outfit, went to the strip club because they had amateur night. Everybody know I love to dance. Everybody know I love the reggae. And I said, I'm going to do this, right? And when it was time for me to do it,
Hmm.
the only thing that flashed in my head was my son.
Yeah.
If my son sees this, what is he going to think about not only me, women in general? So you know what I did? Not do it.
Right. But
Not
that's
do,
also the same reason why, even when dating, I didn't send women will send panani pictures to men, right?
girl, that's in a whole lot more.
But what I'm saying is, and I've seen men and they share to their friends, you know? And I don't know if women are aware or they just don't care. And that's why I put that in there. Do they just don't care? Like, hey, I don't care. These men out here ain't loyal anyway, and I giving them my heart and soul, and then boom, 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 right? So, fire, you quiet. You just make it like
Hey, but shut up
Preach.
before we pull, cause I'm gonna pull fire in anyway. But before we pull him in,
Boom. I saw you already. Don't worry.
I know you're ready. So my thing is this, you know, when we're in that place of insecurity,
mm-hmm,
we think oftentimes some of us, I'm not going to say everybody, it's not a generalization to say it's everybody,
mm-hmm,
and then I have to say this topic tonight is based on our personal experiences. It's not based on any factual things that we know. It's purely based on our personal experiences and bringing this to light. This is our disclaimer for tonight.
correct.
Sometimes when you're in a place where you feel less than
Mhm.
and you've not gotten to a place to love yourself, and you start to feel like, because when I was talking to my friend, I told you about, he was like, yeah, I can understand why women do the things that they do and why they deal with men who already married. I can understand because they say, I'm in Atlanta, you know it. They say Atlanta is the worst for the down low brothers, right?
Mhm.
So they do this to get a man. And what they don't realize is how you start out is how you end.
Mhm.
And men, just like women, they categorize us. So when they see you half-ass, I can say that half-ass naked,
Mhm.
all they want is the pussy, right?
That's right.
Mm.
And so you can't be mad with a nigga that has come up to you and all he wanted was a pussy, and then your heart get hurt because you wanted more, but you presented yourself in a way that put in his mind that you ain't no wifey material. I ain't gonna marry you. If
Mhm.
you men, people think men are stupid, and
Right.
99% of my friends are men, and I
Mhm.
love them because they give me my check-in moments. I can pass things by them, but I know they put they put up three categories.
Mhm.
Is it a friend?
Mhm.
Is it a fuck? Or is it a wifey? And they do that, and oftentimes women feel like, oh, just because I look like this, I'm wifey material. Yeah,
Correct.
you may think you are, but you fuck material because you
And
done show him everything before you even know his last name.
that's when, when we get to that point, I think that's when you're more vulnerable and you're more hurt. And women don't understand that. You get hurt more because you end up falling for someone that don't see you in that way.
They can't see you because the way you showed up is what they see.
Mhm.
So when do we get to a place of understanding as women? Yeah, society gonna do the things that they need to do to make money.
Money.
Sex sells. I know
Correct.
that. Cause
Correct.
I'm gonna go even deeper. Even with the flyers for the parties.
Correct. No, none of them girls look like that in that party. Probably like one.
With the chicks that they put on the flyers, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah, they
make
don't
the
they don't
guys them
put.
come out.
Yes.
Mm.
And then guess what? I'm gonna put someone here that I know. I know you can buy stock images. You buy those stock
Right.
images of these stripper looking girls. You don't even know this girl.
Mhm.
To just get the money, right? Because we all know sex sells. And
Mhm.
I'm not bashing that because I've been a promoter. You know what I do. So I've done that and I understood that. However, on my flyers, you ain't getting no naked woman because that's not what I stand for. And they don't stand in their authentic truth because they get caught up in this lie of, yeah, I'm single. I'm single as hell. And out here I see I've been working the club for years and I see a lot of them. What you attract is how you feel about yourself. So when we talk about changing this, it comes to having a conversation with these women about how do you feel about yourself?
Well, does
What do
it
you
start in the home though? But I'm gonna before we go further, what Fire have to say was because that way is like how do we change it? How do we change the dynamics? What needs to be done to where women feel secure? Women don't feel like they need that. If you want to be a wife, right? If you know that you're a wife material and you want to be a wife, now when we're young, we can wild out and but there's some women that don't want to be married. There's some men that don't want to be married, right? Let's just
so
be.
let them wild out, right? But what I don't like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when you meet people, you bring a representative. I don't care what you say. Your representative is going to show up first. And if you don't have the fortitude to sit back and watch, and
Mm-hmm.
understand what's going on, you won't fall in that trap. And yeah, I want to hear fire because myself, I ain't like it, but guess what? I love the way my brother handled it.
What you got to say?
She finished?
Yeah,
She
she
finished that?
finished. Hmm.
So what's my question? We're asking, or where how we could what?
Why does men?
Mhm.
Why do men make
That's not
women
right.
feel
Mhm.
like they have to be this sexy or be this way or feel that way, and then you guys never marry them?
Why do you objectify them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why?
why
Yeah,
do you why do you objectify them as a sex symbol? Because guess what? I know men are visual. So when you see something, you're gonna want to
Well,
gratify you.
well, I I feel like they got different men, right? Different men think different way, but men is men. This is why I could said this. Well, when she started to, the Keisha started to have them like sex symbols. Like,
yeah.
well, to me, I can start off. Okay. Since I know myself young, you don't know right now. When you're young, I feel like it's a different scenario. Sometimes you're not thinking about relationship wise, you're not thinking about settle down and all these kind of stuff. You're young, you're heated, things is in your favor, things happening for you, you might think. They got certain young guys might say, well, okay, settle down young and these kind of thing. I'm not gonna lie, cause they got some young guys doing some great stuff more than some big men
Mm-hmm.
right now
True,
in life.
true, true, true.
So I won't say like every young guy would do that, but I'm not I put in I talking about me. Good. The time they're young, I doing me thing and these kind of thing. But I never had it as a sex. I never had it intention in my mind like had women done as a sex symbol. I did what I did as I grew up, and female used to ask me a question like why men cheat. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, we weak to flesh and we're basic. All right, good. But when it come back to the women, now we talking about why. I don't feel all the time it's on our level. Like me and Shawndel had a conversation, and I was
mm,
telling her, I said, this time is not like long time. It's
mm.
different. Now let me go back to the home. There's so much you could teach your kids. What about life? And let's be honest, is how much they want to take in, they take in. Now them have, I can tell you something now. I've been in my daughter life Lexi for 3 years now.
My baby.
And And Sean know this she little boo boo from little days,
Mhm,
anything she
mhm.
want, anything. But as Lexi get big now, Lexi's changing different. And why I said changing different is what she want to do with your friends doing. She want to wear what your friend want to wear. She want to go. And this is something now whereby we could teach our kids how much we want. But you see, when they go to school and they have this friend, is how much of their brains and their mind could hold out and say, yo, I'm just gonna do what my mom say or my dad say and be a good person. A lot of them don't. I'm not gonna say everybody do, but a lot of them don't think like that. And Lexi is a main example to me to how things is because often we explain certain things to Lexi. We break it down in every way we could. But it's like she does stuck on this scene with friend. And sometimes I feel like this why I come back to when I said there's so much we could teach our kids and there's so much they would take, how much they want to take, but at the end of the day, they have a mind of their own to go out there and know the right from the wrong. Get it? Because when my mother used to tell me certain things, I never understand when I did little, but when I turn an adult and start to facing these stuff, I acknowledge because after a time years acknowledge we is human being. And we use flashback and say, one mommy did tell me this, by oh shucks. Yes, get for find out well, all right, this. And you's got a choice now for say, okay, don't like do it. But some of them don't. Some of them say, yo, me ain't got time it though. I want to live me life like this. Like for instance, the girl that passed away.
Mhm,
Good girl. But she had she little ways and I can say, but it wasn't so much like when she came to America. No,
mhm,
since she migrated to America now, that's why I telling Sean. should transform different. And that's what happened with a lot of Caribbean people, especially from Guyana, come to America and they adopt the American lifestyle and switch out.
Not
No,
on
no.
Guyana.
But
Not
this was
on.
said Caribbean. This was well,
Yeah.
I'm talking about Caribbean. That's where I'm from. So I'm explaining about that.
Right.
So it's a show that she came here, she started to do certain stuff. Whereby we was like when I started to see certain pictures, like for instance, like my babe says stripping and all these things, I was like, what? Me know me friends all done these things, but everybody got a right to decide their own destiny.
Right.
But in their judgment, there's no partiality. There's why I tell she, God said, if you ain't know what you going to do, he can spare you. You're not gonna, even if he's gay a whipping, it's not gonna be so much. But for you to know that is wrong you're doing and you still want to go and do it, the whipping gonna be dreadful. You understand? So she's a good person. I never want she to drop out. Nobody's for dead like that. But heaven knows
No.
what she was in. She had a chance to. There's everybody got two choice. It's to live or die. And live and die have happiness and sadness underneath it. Because once you live, you're done. You got to make yourself happy. Because when you die, it's like sad. So you got a choice. You could change. You're just 30. But she must ain't ready for that. She said no. Whatever happened, boom, this is she reach to. But then we come back to the sex now. Like I tell Sean the other day, men don't put a gun to no woman head now. All right, let me carry it back before I come there. Me and my friend went talking, and here he said, feelings, you know, back in the days, and now is the same with women. Back in the days, when you hustling a woman or you trying to get a woman, you used to have to put a little more emphasis into it for get she, because when you do the now and you get her, you feel like that you work to get this woman. It's not like that now. You got a little Gucci, friendly, wherever is it, you got a little money in your pocket, you're swagging some nice car, gone.
And that's what I was talking about when I say chivalry isn't dead. You are so on point, brother. You're so on point.
Rib,
And you're so on
nobody,
point.
nobody putting a gun to these women head and say, yo, come, give me nothing. Like we were saying, women like with a hear, men like with a see. It's simple. So these times it's not like back in the days is a different because why? This thing we call social media is a next thing now
Crazy.
will take over. And even if you try to teach your child something with this here, so this is the cheat. Everybody talking about cheat, them are putting we in cheat. This is the cheat. Your cell phone, your tablets. This is the cheat. So when you think you telling she don't do this and don't do the yeah, mommy, when she there on she phone, y'all here or she watching and still they see all this implicates what determine you in life is if you make it this. Why when telling me friend with the songs them with them singing back in we days, I could have listened Bounty Kill and all and thing done influencing me. Me gonna pick up no gun, no time at all.
Hmm.
No, these songs with the same make they go in and do the now the songs get in bleed.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a
That's
different
true.
time. We living in a
But guess
different
what,
time.
Fire? They don't even listen to. I'm telling you, you know how I love
It's a
music.
different time.
Yeah, but this is the thing. They don't even listen to the words of the song to understand
This
why
it.
they rate that song. You see what I'm mean? Say they don't listen to it. And
See,
then
come
what
back
you
to the
said,
same thing I saying, straight up.
straight up,
Straight up.
and what you said about Lexi and what y'all doing with Lexi,
No, straight. You know,
yeah,
me big for
and
the conversation.
right. And I love it. At the
Look,
end of the day, I also
now
understand that.
not cutting you, but my give a
I,
next site,
okay,
right?
go ahead, go ahead.
Me daughter at home, 18, she get pregnant.
Hmm.
No, her mom is there. No, I understand that I couldn't do as much as I wanted. I didn't get the chance to be around her to tell her certain things, but we communicated and I reasoned her a certain way. But how much did she take? Then she'd have her mom on the one end. What is her mom doing? But how much would she take in what her mom say? No, boom, this is going to happen. That's the show. Now, when I hear that your mother called me and said, Leon, you know, Shakiba pregnant, I vex, I parch, steam coming out me ears, but why gonna do it? Don't happen already. All I could do now is embrace she that she go through with the pregnancy good, that she ain't die or the child die, and she learn from that after because having a child is not nothing easy. It's a blessing, but at the end of the day, you gotta remember they ain't ask to come in this world, is you bring them. So
Right.
when the pressure is on, you got ready for take it. So it come back to what we saying again is how much you teach is how much they want to take in.
Yeah,
So
because they
it's
can't
not
handle
nothing
the.
with men no more. This thing is not nothing but man right
Mm-mm.
now. I feel it's not nothing but men right now because like I said, we don't now at this said moment. You could look in like the worstest man and you driving a Benz beam or wherever you them girl telling you straight. Me ain't got no time again with easy money I want.
Mm.
Them set themselves like that. Because why this technology thing and how they want to be like, yeah, saying who want to be superstar, who want to be the
Mm-hmm.
flashy girl, who want look for instance, me wife send me the thing with some girl dead from plastic surgery. She done do plastic surgery already. We should want doing more plastic surgery. Now, boom.
Because you know why? She wasn't in a place to love herself. And I love what you just said about
Well,
your.
well, well, it start from your this would come back to it start with yourself. Just like how me mother now, 2 time I go and do one time I do a 24 and I one time I do a 72. For
Mm.
stupidness I go and do, try going down the wrong road. But God was by me side for show me that, oh, yo, Leon, this is not you. The woman crying, my mother crying, I go up on my knees and I bawl and say, Mommy, not again. I gonna make you shed tears by no police station and no jailhouse. This is not me, and you ain't getting though. And I move. But this is what I'm saying is all about you. I start to me cheering them, I start to me kids them. And I tell God, I say, God, let's soak in. Let's soak in, cause
But it also goes back to one thing is for us to tell our and I've always said it because, and I used to be like that. You could tell me certain things, but then I'm still looking at what you do
all
Right.
right. There's a next thing too.
Yeah.
because
That's the
we
next
can
thing
teach
too.
our kids so many things,
Yeah, well, come back to the
and
for
then
truth,
they're
for
gonna
truth,
say,
for
"Well,
truth,
look what
for truth,
he doing.
for truth,
Look, you telling,
for truth,
you."
for
There's why
truth.
I say you raising your children to be
Mm-hmm.
this way, and then behind, right,
Mm.
behind their back or in front of their face,
But
what are you doing?
you know something, I'm for truth and lying because I saw my father did certain things, but I swear, I said, God, I know I end up going with the girls, them and them kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing, right? But one thing I
Mm.
said, Father God, don't make me ever have to go and do nothing out the road and breed no girl in my relationship. Cause that's what my father did. And that messed my mom head up. Plus me father bring the woman that he breed for live with me mother. All two of them in one house. I say, what kind of race is this here, boy? But lucky, this was because of me mother know that she was going through certain things. She ain't got no way for torn cash. Cause we families there on a set of struggling. So you know what I mean? She hold out. But this will show you that I could have taken everything. I know certain thing I end up doing. And I said to myself, Father God, I don't want to live like that all the days in my life. And I don't want to got multiple kids all around the place like me, Father. Me ex. If I have to have multiple kids, it gotta be mean this woman went for a particular time. I get 4 kids and shit. Me, she something happen, we end up break up. I go with somebody else. But for me to going out there and having multiple kids, their eggs all around, there's something that I vex with me on, man. Real thing.
But it goes back
And I'm
to.
not gonna do it. I'm
But
not gonna
fire,
do it.
that goes back to your moral compass, right? So despite everything that you saw,
This what I'm telling you.
it's your
Straight.
moral compass, and you saw that you wanted better. Because what we emulate, in our formative years is what we've seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why
So,
I'm
so
just
that's the reason why I'm so passionate about our kids and our babies.
Yeah, man.
Because a lot of them are raised by kids too. My grandson is raised by two stupid idiots. You know what I mean? So if
Real
he
thing.
didn't have me to balance that, what would he be? So I'm just saying that, you know, oftentimes as women, because I gotta speak from a woman's perspective because I'm a woman.
Of course.
We oftentimes, you know, we look for validation in a man,
By rights.
but you should not by rights validate. Shawndel, no, we got a shirt. Clap for your damn self. You don't need no man to validate you. You have to love you first. If I cannot love myself, if I cannot truly love myself, you will never love me. So they run behind these men for
If you don't
money.
love yourself, if you don't love yourself, then mean you're crazy. Why you want to love you for that? Me want to with a crazy woman.
But that's the same thing.
That's not it's not crazy.
No.
So that's the piece that you don't understand. You don't understand that when
No,
women go
no,
through
no. I understand, but members, we use that just now. Say no man, this why you end up after you say no man, you know what I mean, no man, you want no woman that, you know what I mean, then loves yourself. This why I say. So I end up just making it a joke, like, of course, if you don't love yourself, then mean you're crazy. Why should we love you? So it come back to that man. Most guy want a woman that loves herself. Of
yeah,
course.
you want a man that loves
Of
herself,
course.
but
Of
guess
course.
what? On the other side of that, so I believe in the order of things, right?
Hmm.
And the order of things, you're supposed to be the head. If you are attracted to something that looks totally different from me, how the hell am I going to be comfortable with that?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because I'm going to watch you. I'm
Hmm.
not the chick that's not going to watch you. I'm going to watch your moves.
Hmm.
So when you're in that position as a woman, then you do things because you're trying to grab the man, right? And you don't realize that you're giving him your power. Take your power back, and not in a way of not understanding what it means to be submissive, not understanding what it means to be a partner. We go through stuff where y'all are very dismissive. So even if I wanted to be the good girl, y'all gonna dismiss that. And then y'all gonna go and y'all gonna wind up and y'all gonna cheat with somebody that don't look nothing like me. And I'm like, what the blood clot? What is this? If you were attracted to me for real, and you was giving me your authentic self, we wouldn't even have to have that conversation.
Hmm.
Correct. And but people don't understand that, or sometimes people feel because certain women allow certain things or certain men, because it's not just women,
Yep. Nope.
there's men too that I know personally that take a lot of stupidness, and I'll be looking at them like you a damn fool because
No joke.
right,
It's
I
both sides.
both sides, because I'll be like there's no way I'm gonna be with a man and that man is going to bring a woman to move in me house. You dead
Good night, Tycoon.
and
Big up.
she dead,
Well,
right?
guess what? Let's go to my experience, because this podcast or YouTube channel, I've always said I was going to be 1,000 on this.
Mm-hmm.
What about them bring them to your house when you're not there, and your picnic seeds, and your picnic have to get to a place where they tell you,
Then he dead and she dead, same way still.
yeah, they dead because they gone. But
Did they,
dead
did they,
is not it. What
But it
happens
goes
is
back
what?
to
But look, come on, Shawndel, real talk. What
that's
happens
what
is,
I'm trying to tell
as women, oftentimes, I really love this topic because
Tycoon, all
often,
gone. All right. All right.
you. Hi Tycho, how are you?
All right. Hold on. Let me set you up quick and fast. Yeah, Keisha, continue.
Go ahead, Keisha, continue.
Keisha, sorry.
I know he do. That's the West Indian in you. It's okay. But oftentimes, it goes back to the fact that they feel like they got to do these things, right? To make a man want them because they don't feel like they're enough, right? And so when you get to a place of understanding that, I look at it like this: when you're in a dating scene, you can date. Dating doesn't mean that you fucking, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you can date, and then you can try to get to know multiple people to see who's going to align with you. But you don't have to compete. And then when it comes to the cheating, oftentimes what women do is they go after the woman. Now, I ain't going after that woman. I'm going to check the nigga I was with because he made that decision. He already knew what he had.
All right, Keisha, let me ask you a question because I've been listening what you're saying, and what you're saying is facts, But
Mhm.
realize, I don't know if others with me or if other guys have this experience, but realize, in the game, women love competition. Then though most of the women them when we see nowadays, them now look on a man who's single. You see me I say?
I was
Them
thinking
love.
that because I'm like, there's so many single men, right? But they don't look at these single men. And me and guys talk about that all the time. There's a lot of single men. Everybody acting like there's not single men. There's single men.
But don't brush over that, Shawndel. What you just said,
The man that
that there are single men, right? I'm gonna stop you, and I'm gonna let who on with us first. So I don't call his name wrong.
well, before you go
Tycoon.
any further, shout out to all those persons that logged in right now. Please give us a thumbs up. You understand? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so right now. Leave your comments. And Mola and Keisha are gonna run in. Thank you, Tycoon, for coming because I was feeling
That's Tycoon.
outnumbered. I was feeling outnumbered, so I finally got a
Bro,
I finally get a
This
bridge
ain't
in.
gonna need me
So,
some
bro,
drinks. Like,
yo,
so
Yeah,
as
but
me
it's
yeah.
tell you,
good.
yeah,
It's
bro,
good. But before Shawndel, before you smooth over the fact that they're going to these people that's not single, it's not that they don't want a man that's single, right?
mhm.
It's just that the narrative that they put in this world, that as women we outnumber men and we supposed to share. And I tell you from day one, you know me, I ain't sharing shits.
Well,
If there's a need to
y'all
share,
know
you need
me.
to go.
Y'all know me. So
all right,
I know
all
me.
right. Let me just add my two
But
cents on
anyway,
this
yes,
Yeah.
go
because
ahead.
I
Tycoon, what you
realize,
say? Well, let me hear
bro,
Tycoon. Let me hear Tycoon. Let me hear what Tycoon have to
all
say.
right,
Go
And
ahead.
then he
this is
addressed
just
me, so let me
my two
listen.
cents
He
on it.
addressed me, so let me listen.
Mhm.
Go on,
Bro,
Tycoon. Go on.
yeah, yeah, hear me, bro.
Yeah, man, we are hear you clearly, man. Go on. How about this man? Any man ready for how about this man?
He thinks certain
Channel star. When it's time
every
for you
time.
say we got say him gone. Or the brother gone.
He'll still come back because I
Come
still
on.
see him on my side.
Tonight
Yeah.
juicy. Tonight
Bro,
nice. Yeah, man, you
bro,
there.
Listen.
Yeah, man, we hearing you good.
let's hear me out now. Cause you know what say yo, all right, this is just what me realize and what me I see from experience. A woman don't want you when you're single because I realize most women love competition. Instead of them a go fight the man or them a go in a quarrel or disagreement with the man, they rather go have some form of quarrel with the woman. Cause them like a man will have multiple partners, like maybe three, four, five women. Why drop your standards and sell yourself short when
Thank
you
you.
can just chill and find somebody who's single will match you, your personality, and your persona? Lisa Gina, man, I drop my standard. You're my bro, you're my brother. I
Mhm.
respect you, I'm a rate you. You see
Mm,
me? And I'm always give you credit and give you kudos when it comes down to your wife. I'm tell you, bro, you have a damn good wife. Take
yep,
care of her because if you do something stupid, me I go cuss you. You still a
yep.
go be my bro. But me
Mm,
know say yo, yeah, you have a good wife. And me tell you that every single chance me get, cause me know say yo, yeah, good man, that really easy to find. It's like searching for a needle in the sea over this.
Mhm. You sure,
I,
sir?
I'm gonna give Fire some credit sometime. I'm gonna because
sometimes, all the time. Don't say
here's why
sometimes.
I say that. Here's why
No,
here's
it's
why
got a
I'm
little up on
saying
now.
that because I've been in places with him, and it's not just him. The only difference is because Fire and I are public, okay? And
Right.
this is in past relationship as well. That and a man said this to me tonight at the gas station. He said, "I see you almost every day." And he said, "Every day you walk in this gas station," he said, "I don't know what it is about you that men naturally gravitate to you." He said, "It's something just natural about you that your spirit people gravitate to, but it also
Look,
intimidates certain people." You understand?
Yes.
So women try me, and we had a situation, and since I've been in New York, I've grown a lot. And my cousin
Yes.
said something.
Yes, you have.
My cousin said something to me, and he reminded me, and he's like, "Sean, yo, you change."
Mm.
Because long time you would have snatch up these people, right? But it was never fight for fighting women or fighting for the man. It's respect for me because I would never walk up to um I know a man in the club with his wife and go and wind up. I ain't gonna go tell you, oh, this, this certain shit women need to have ethics and the code saying we're high and keep it moving. Oh, there's your wife. You understand? Like, but it's happened before. But I've always was lucky that the men that I was with, they respect me enough to where they handle the situation that I don't have to snatch people. I will snatch him.
exactly.
You
But
understand?
but but check this out, Chandel. You see,
Mm-hmm.
when you pre the racial things and statistics will show if you would actually do your research, majority of the females them, most
Mm.
of them small minded, they're unexposable, and at the same time, them not have no self value or self moral.
Self
Because
worth.
why
Self worth.
would you settle for average when time you can go beyond average?
And
It's
that
like
shit don't have
Hey,
nothing
but
to
guess
do with
what? Guess what? What you just
you.
said. What you just said.
You know what?
Well,
Enough
what?
time, not cutting your Keisha. You know, enough time I have conversation with female and them would say, like, for instance, when Tycoon say, why you would settle for this and settle for that.
Right.
So woman is start to want what? There's a show how the world gone crazy. They be
bro,
like,
bro, check this out.
hold on.
Check this.
They be like, he what something what? Um when I ask my friend, I says, how come you and this man in there no more? Because he in there all he thinking about is himself. He ain't really doing nothing for me and these kind of thing, you know what I mean? So some woman now tell me, yo, it's best if I get two man, we're gonna bring in a more money or three man for bringing. I don't know why them is set up. You
But
know what I mean?
bro, check this out. And this I will me see I go on from experience. I've been in relationships with females and me realize say yo, me is a G. Me give her money, me in the streets, if me see any nice things like cologne, purse, the whole works. Me buy it. Give her, you see me, be out of the goodness of my heart. And a girl will denounce me or or look my direction less
Mm.
in terms of man of my category when was a motivating, inspirational, and want to see me and she a win. And she would diss me or violate me with
Mm.
somebody we not do.
Can't do
Where
shit
me
for
I
them.
do for she like in terms of boost our self-esteem. Tell her say yo yeah. If you be your own boss and be independent and not dependent because you can't depend on man because man will feel you, but you won't feel yourself and them little thing there. And then quicker if you go breathe for your man, we only a pray a one and move than a man we a pray a
Mm.
future with you. Cause right now, me I tell you, say, I know two relationships right now. Cause my cousin they with a female where when time she never was
Mhm.
pregnant and irritated. She never did a look film direction and when she are old people that say anyway you go get your cooler there if you go blow you out. In
Mm.
other words, anywhere you go breed for your man, anyway which part you go breed for your man for all of the people, you go break it down so you can understand. Anyway you go catch your belly at this if you go stay. Most of the girls in a society right now and quick if you go fuck with some waste man and breed with some waste man. And at one time they have two, three people and they nah no daddy. Fi man up to their responsibility. The man with them did a refuse at them time that they want look that them on the direction. Cause they want help. You see me, they want stepfather. You see me, a man to play stepfather role in their life. Me no depend that we no get right and no
Well,
do if a girl want
I
my
go
one.
further. I go further than that, and it's not necessarily that only, right? There's
Nope.
women that and men won't even look at you. You was when you didn't had nothing, and it wasn't
Hmm.
it, but you know what you had or what your desires and your goals were, right?
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
you start making little money now, or you got your little business, and all of a sudden you shining, and them same females that won't even look talk on you, all of a
They
sudden
want to
have to
now. They
go.
want to now
And
because
So
I stab
so
boys
even I
like
try to
that,
show you.
because
Even I
when you
try to
didn't
show you.
want me then, you can't want me now.
Me
and then
always
guess
say that
what? Guess what? I'm so solid with that, Shawndel, because you know what work I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, it was a thing that happened. Carnival was here last weekend, and I'm working the club. And this person come to me, and he was like, "Oh, yo, you know how you're back? I've been looking for you. I'm trying to check you." And I said, "Where's your wife?" And
Mm-hmm.
he said, then his response was, "Oh, I need a strong woman like you." Yeah, my friends cuss me for it because I know I have a bad mouth. You know what I say to him? I say, "You should have thought about that before you married your wife."
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is that these guys, the good guys, the bad guys or whatever,
Them man.
they go, all right, fine, I know. But at the end of the day, I'm not that chick. Don't step to me that way. And that's what's lost in this society is lost to understand your worth. Yeah, it may be hard.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to have a lot of lonely nights. Is your peace disrupted? Because my peace is more important than anything to be disrupted. So your peace is going to be disrupted because as a woman, I won't say it's 100%, it's 99.9%. We have an intuition. And we know when y'all fucking these bitches.
But let's go back to this, right? Because it goes back to the same thing we were saying earlier. If we know, right? So that's the next question. Do women care,
I don't think
right?
they care.
Because
I
no,
don't.
here's why I'm asking it, right? Because if you know, and or men care, if you know you have a wife, right? And you and women know that they can easily come in and intertwine into that relationship. A woman is only going to take what she can get from you because you already as well. Sometimes you already done broke that trust with your wife. So she gonna
Mhm.
think like all men like that too. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna come in and get what I can get and keep it moving. And then sometimes the men end up falling for that girl. Then he leave his wife, and then she and the whole plan that she had is like, you gonna do that shit to me, so I'm gonna take what I can, bear what I can, and move on. So it's a game. It's a sick game, a sad game that we all play, but we don't really know. But that's why it goes back to where people gotta be real honest. Before I married Fight, I laid everything on the table, right? Any relationship I was with, the same thing I laid on the table. But sometimes people take longer to gravitate to certain things. But at the end of the day, it's like I know myself. If I know I can't deal with it, I'll walk away. And it's not that I don't love you. I love you enough to be happy where you feel that you need to be. And but some people want to hold on, and then we blame and say, okay, we hurt or we go kill, all these different things instead of say, yo, I know that I've done everything in this relationship or this business or whatever the situation is, that I can walk away in peace and know that there's someone else out there for me. That way I wish you the best, whatever you. Because you remember, even back then, if you got married 20 years, Keisha is not the same Keisha today,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
So there's some marriages that was done young and they might have find themselves because they didn't know themselves. So people began to find themselves and they decide like, hey, this is. I've known marriages of 20 and 30 years and they break up and I'm like, why? But we don't know people home behind the scene. It might look good picture outside, but behind
Yeah, but
closed door.
picture
Yeah,
outside wasn't happening
correct.
that time, right? So now we are exposed to all of this social media,
Exactly.
right? And so it will really, because what they do is they are, I think there's some women that purposely only want to be with married men.
Yes.
And
That are
so
true.
what
That are
they
true.
try to do
That
is
are true.
try to mess up your union.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if your union is solid,
Yeah, get refill.
if your
That are
union
true.
is solid,
It's
then
gonna be good.
it's gonna be good. But guess what? I also feel like I'm very vocal. I'm very direct. I'm very like, what's your intentions? So when these girls are meeting these guys and doing the things what they do, yeah, I don't knock anybody that's trying to make their money, right?
Mhm.
At the end of the day, I'm also loyal.
Mhm.
So it's two things that's missing. These women that are trying to be side chicks and the unfortunate situation that happened here, you see miss they trying to do it. And then when things get rough, because I was never loyal for you, I only wanted what you gave me. Right?
Mhm.
So it happens that way. But my father taught me, and y'all know, people know cuss me about who I am. Y'all know that my father taught me, if you're gonna be with a man and he's gonna give you something, doesn't matter what it is. You have to understand everybody wants a return on their investment.
Oh yeah, that's why my mom used to tell me don't ask men for money because as soon as you ask them for money is you know what they're asking you for.
Exactly. And so I've been called a bitch my whole life.
Show me there.
I've been
Show me
treated that
there.
way. It's the truth.
Trouble.
It's the truth. That's
Show
why I
me
started
there.
It's
working.
the
My
truth.
mom drilled that in my
See my
head
background
from.
and I see me there now.
Yeah,
I
me,
see
me,
that.
me, mother
Bro,
drilled that in my head from a child. So I grew up like that, and I
My
bro,
always
father
say
did
I
too,
don't have to
son.
ask men for money.
bro.
If a
Check this
man
out.
Mm.
wanna give me money, he's gonna give me.
But
If
at
he
the end
gotta,
of the day,
Right.
right? At the end of the day, let me say this, and I'm gonna let your friend talk. Fight. I'm gonna shut up. But at the end of the day, when as a woman, like I could go to plenty places with no money, right?
mhm,
I won't. I don't, and I won't
mhm,
because I'm not
you like your
looking.
boy.
What you say? Yes.
Mhm. Go
I'm
ahead, Tycoon. What you guys say?
All right. This is how me have to say announce spill. All right. You see, realize with most females, them now look a certain direction or a certain man direction, for example. But at the same time, the partner that with them with, them not necessarily I get money. Cause me see woman in a relationship where them love a man to the moon and back. Them love that this man they like life itself. And at the same time, I just intimacy that the relationship they just based off of intimacy. You see me I say? And me love
no,
at
not
the same
intimacy.
time.
Call it what it is. It's not intimacy.
It's crazy.
It's not intimacy. It's a fuck. Call it what it is. They do that for the sex. And you can't tell
Alright.
me not. And I'm gonna challenge you on that. I'm gonna challenge you on that. Cause at the end of the day, when when God bless me with the persons that's in my life, I don't give a flying fuck about money. I give a
No.
flying fuck about how you are showing up for me. So when you want to throw your money, Shawndel will tell you, I don't, I don't, I don't need your money.
But we always were females that had our own back. We hustle to do our own
Exactly.
thing.
So I'm
Hello?
telling him that,
Sorry, you say?
don't go, don't
Go
Let me
go.
ahead,
just
let
talk
him
to
say,
you.
let him
Travis,
say.
that side of you?
Huh?
Travis, that side of you?
Me over me yard.
So when you, oh, that's a little while. You never did see him. When you, that's a
No, I
little while.
over bar me today.
Mm.
Me did over bar. Me just walk over. Me could we do a buckle of water or something.
Yeah,
Me
but
think you
you,
see him. Cause I mean just see him. Cause I mean just
A
leave
good
out.
good while
Cause
me move. Good
me
while.
here when you call mama man. Mm.
Oh yeah, me go. Yeah, I water me go carry and something.
Okay. Mm.
Mm.
Is
I
it?
ain't never seen that at the time.
No.
yeah,
Water
but
me
Alright.
not get
Ty,
in.
listen to
Right.
me. The things that you said about a woman, every woman, oh, you cut him off?
No, I was going to tell him he could have just mute him.
No, he's good. He's good. Yeah,
Okay,
do your
okay, all
thing. I
right, go
don't
ahead.
speak with none.
Uh-huh.
I got this.
Yeah. What he said about a woman and what she wants. A woman that is, I always say, a whole man needs a whole woman. It don't have nothing to do with money. Money is the root of all evil.
No, it ain't.
It is. It is. You know
No,
why?
it ain't.
No, it ain't.
Wait. Wait. Can I speak or no? You want me to
Go
shut up?
ahead. Go ahead.
When I'm saying that from the point of some of these women out here only looking for money, looking for you to take them on a date, pay for everything. And yes, a man, the chivalry, I do believe that that should happen. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean that he's bad if he don't have it to give it to you.
Man, I
And
can
if
never
he,
say that women alone are looking for money. Men looking for money too. There's
oh girl, don't go there, Shawndel. Don't go there
more
tonight.
men.
Girl,
Gold
don't go.
Right.
diggers.
There's a lot of men that go
Shawndel,
ahead. Go ahead. Anyway, ahead.
Shawndel,
I'm
don't
gonna
go there tonight. Don't go. Yo,
go ahead, Tycoon.
Hold on. When we see the spinning, when you see spinning in the
Yeah, there's men that's doing looking for money and just looking for what they could get from women,
hey,
right?
but
Because
don't go there.
majority of the time women have their own bag today. And it's not that we want to, right? It's not that we want to, do everything, but sometimes the society make you have to get that. And let's be honest, like he said, there's a lot of single women, and single mothers, so they have to do. And it's not that they wanted to be single mothers, just the men decide to walk away and not be a part of it anymore. So in that aspect of it, who gonna take care of the children, right? At the end of the day, most women
Hey,
are left with
Shawndel,
the children.
let me hear him because he's already calling my name wrong like y'all West Indians. He said Keisha. It's
Thank
Keisha
you.
or K, but it's good. I want to hear you right now. Talk to me.
what I say now? You gotta understand. All right. What we dealing with? Y'all got all right. When I busy is trying to make sure tycoon fit in, so this is why you know what I mean. I leave you two for
So
conversate.
what
So
is it that what you want him to what you want him to say? What's the
this
question
this is
you
why I want to
have?
know what is the question that you want me to say. What is it? Because a while ago I gave you my little piece. So
And you
what-
did an amazing job, Fire.
yeah,
You did.
yeah.
So the
But
end of the day, right? We're talking about a lot of things that will make women not care. So we on that part now to where I'm gonna give women some credit. You know what I mean? Because and I can say I've been at a point too where
Hmm.
I didn't care, right? And I just because why? Any relationship that I'm in, I give 100%. There's no relationship that I was in could ever say Sean violated them, Sean robbed them, Sean steal from them, Sean didn't do shit part, Sean didn't work, that they was taking care of Sean. None. Right?
Because why? They couldn't appreciate the woman that you are. And
And
that's the
but
thing that's missing. The thing that's missing is what you just said to me when it comes to you being whole and not
Mhm.
being afraid of being who you are.
mhm.
Because you know that's what happens, Sean. You know that's what happens.
And but sometimes that intimidates men too. Right?
Exactly,
So
it
strong
does.
women intimidates men, but it's never like I made my man feel less of a man. But
Nope.
there's certain things that I'm not gonna tolerate, and I set my standards early. We was listening to the pastor 2 weeks ago, and he said, people need to start being honest and tell people these questions, right? I have issues, right?
Mm.
What's your issues?
We
I have
all,
issues.
but guess
No,
what?
but
We
here's my
all.
issue.
Listen,
Yeah, here's my issue. I said we all got we own issue, right?
Mm.
But here's my issue. My issue is if I lend you money and you don't pay me back, I'm gonna have an issue. Because if I see you shopping and then you owe me, I'm gonna have an issue, right?
Hey, but guess
If
what?
you if you
But guess
if
what?
you if you interfere with my children, we're gonna have issues. If you interfere with my husband, we're gonna have issues. Here's why. There's many of, and I'm speaking of Five Feelers because Five Feelers and I are public, like social media, all these things. We go
Yeah,
everywhere, not everywhere, but majority of the time we're out, right? So
right.
there's no female that can tell me they don't know Five Feelers and married. So even if Five Feelers try to hustle you, or Leon try to hustle you, and then you and Leon get in a, and then you feel like you want to come to me and you gonna have issues because at that point, you will say no, that you can't blame the female, right? We are public. So if you get into something, you get into something willingly knowing that this
yeah, man, you
person
know forward.
is
Hold on.
with this particular person. So now it's either you feel like you want my place or you trying to embarrass me or whatever. So then I deal with you accordingly because now I'm gonna have an issue with you.
Right, but time out right there, Shawndel.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't have an issue with them. It has nothing to do with fire. And this is the thing that I get so vexed about. You can be out with your dudes
Mhm.
and they don't like it. It's hate. They don't like it.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Women today have to be really careful,
Like when you're there.
right? People got to be careful because everybody ain't wired the same
Yeah,
way
bro.
no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
You
hear me?
understand?
All right, good.
Everybody ain't wired the same way because you might see me stand up in a corner, you might see me smiling, or you might not. You don't know the old Shawndel, or you don't know the current Shawndel. You don't know my triggers. You don't know if I'm
All right.
strapped. You don't
Shonda.
know none of that.
Your first word was you don't know my trigger. And it's
Yeah.
good.
Gotta
And
get
I
to know
get
you.
that. And then I'm also the person that's like gonna say,
Well, on
and
it, like when just now.
I can see when your triggers come.
I have
At
a
the end
question
of
to
the
ask.
day,
Let
where
me
the
first.
problem happens is it's not her. It's the way how if you're gonna stand up for me,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm gonna rock with you and I'm gonna protect you, what the fuck you doing for me?
No.
So I'm gonna
All right.
shut
This
up
is this is a
now.
general
Go ahead.
question.
Uh-huh.
Even though I feel like it's rhetorical, but it's a general question for both females on the panel.
Mm.
Not the eat and the moment, and then they just swing him off on him. And then tomorrow, the guy can't look on him, look on her,
Mm-hmm.
and rather, and she not look on the guy. So, we are trying mids it. Una in a relationship, una loyal to
Mm.
una man, But at the same time, you see a guy in the street where him swag at a certain way, when I feel him energy and whatever, I want to just swing it off on him, even though I don't know someone have on the man or whatever. 'Cause I've seen girls do that. Why?
Okay,
Why?
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
answer.
tell you why. I'm gonna
Go ahead
answer
first.
first because at the end of the day, you didn't show up for me. It's not right. It's not right.
What
But
you
I
mean
could
show
have
up?
wait. Come on, come on, come on. Let me speak, yo. Come on. Let's have this conversation because I love it. I get what you're coming from because you're Jamaican and I can hear it. A lot of times when a woman burn you, you're vexed. But how much
Burning
time
me, them
you
burn.
how much
They
let me
not
tell you
burn
why.
me.
Let me tell
And
you
them
why. Let me
save
tell
them
you
money now.
why. Come on, let me tell you why. Because y'all do some sneaky shits. And then you tell the woman one thing, the woman that you're trying to get, you tell her one thing, and you have me that are at home holding you down like hell.
That's how you make. That's how you make your mouth say because you clearly don't know me. Me, I want to good you with them,
I'm
no.
not
You
talking
see me?
about you personally.
No,
So let's just
listen. Let me
let's
say
just clear
something.
that. I'm
Okay,
not talking about
in
you
general,
personally,
but that's not what
but what
the
I'm telling you
that's not the
about
question he asked,
is
Bishop. That's not the
I'm
question
listening.
he
I'm listening.
asked, right?
I'm
He was
listening.
saying that why is it that, and he's speaking on the women's side now.
I know, I
You
heard
have
him.
your man at home and you might see somebody outside and you give him a quick bit.
Well,
That
you
Exactly.
know why?
mm-hmm.
Because let me ask you something. So things change, and I'm going American now, and I'm not gonna speak y'all language, but I'm going American now. What happens is that West Indian men don't like to communicate with their women. They like to pacify everything. And they know these side chicks gonna come and they know that they don't want nothing but money and you're gonna pour the money into them. And then when it's time for me to say, babe, you ain't taking date. When you was trying to get me, you showed everything and you poured it out and you trying to make yourself feel like you're a big man and whatever you want to call it, right? And then when we go out, you are not even comfortable enough to say to me, because who I am as a person, if I'm rocking with you and we're in a place that's social that I've been to and you're there, I already have had a conversation with you to let you know that if it's somebody in here that I fucked, I'ma tell you. Y'all niggas don't do that shit. Y'all hide that. Y'all hide it.
Well, let me say this, right? And I'm speak this is me. I've never been in a relationship where I cheated. If I
Mm,
cheated on you, that means that relationship is done. If
no,
I
I
have
ain't
to go
cheated
out,
either.
no.
We
If
don't.
I ever have to go, I work with over 500 men. And I said that to fire, right? Where men is in I don't really think that he know I have it. Women have it harder than men. Here's why.
Mm,
Here's why women have it harder than men. Because men come to us. So
yep,
every day we have to resist men. Now, if my man is
solid. And giving
solid
you
and
what you
giving me what
need.
I need, I
Yep,
wouldn't
you
even
gonna
feel
dash
it.
it away. You gonna
But
dash it
if
away.
I know me man wilding out in the street and you all it takes is the wrong day for the right looking guy or just hey like how you got nice words tycoon, you the when they with the ceiling and all this stuff. That's all it takes because women cheat emotionally. They don't
Yes,
cheat physically. Men cheat physically. So that's why you guys don't have no attachment. But women, it has to be emotional because she's not emotionally getting what she need at home for her to even want to go outside.
But and that a problem
exactly.
with most man, And that a problem with most man. You see, them not charismatic as much. as how them should be. Cause listen, as a G, you see, more time we just made some things and we just see some girls and we just tell them some simple little things and them brain just float off the cloud. It's because like them feel wonder, like a Stevie Wonder. Cause bro, as me tell you, bro, as me give you a
Yeah, man.
prime experience. Me tell you, see, me there in a road and me went to the store to buy a few items to bring in and me saw a big woman and she smell good, shape good and makeup and everything. You see, they point. You see me I say? So I say, me see her, I say, well, mama, cause she eyes she eyes me, and my eyes are as well, You see me I say? So same time, I just spit a one bar upon her, and I say, mama, see, you fine like wine with a little bit of grape. I left him a one. I
So,
just spit one bar upon him, man. You see me? Yeah, man, I say, mama, the way you find not even grape wine, you find like a.
mm.
Star spark up some controversy and thing. You see me I say? We just spit two lines for him and have him a wonder like a Stevie Wonder. Man.
And
So,
it's not even like spitting nothing, it's showing
Just
respect.
being me.
You understand?
Just being me.
It's showing respect because every female, you understand, deserve that, you know what I mean,
Compliment.
that compliment, that's the word. You understand?
Compliment.
And from
You see me I say?
from as
Cause
a youth
I want to
whereby you
be there,
grow up,
bro.
yeah man, nothing wrong. If you see a woman,
Yo,
you say, you know what I mean, boom bang
one
bang,
time me there in the road,
yeah,
bro. I mean I tell you, see, alright, yeah, they me there in the road and I see a brown girl and the brown girl look, the brownie look nice and clean. And I say, baby, the way you're looking beautiful, the beauty scene clear like me looking at you through 10 glasses. And I left him a wonder. Me just speak online and left him a
But
wonder.
tell you this,
One time me just
you know much woman don't get them something there. Sometimes some
mm.
girl, them they in a relationship with them man and them man don't even say, baby, I appreciate you. I love you for
Thank
what you
you.
do
Yes.
and these things. Them don't even tell them that. So when them go to the road and them hear a
bro,
man say, yo, babes, this that knock them off them
bro.
foot, of course. Right away,
L
you go
word
and cuddle.
sensitive in a
You go
Jamaican.
and cuddle
You
with the
know,
man.
bro, bro, take it from a Jamaican. You say the L word is very, very sensitive in a Jamaica. Most men afraid to use it or don't use it.
You know
Take it
why?
from time.
Because y'all, listen, don't tell me nothing about no Jamaican. You hear me chat to you? Don't tell me nothing about no Jamaican because
Uh-oh.
y'all, eh, I don't want to
Uh-oh.
curse tonight and I don't want to be rude. I
Uh-oh.
don't want to
Trouble
be
there.
rude. Y'all do that bullshit.
You're gonna take a splash right. Yeah,
Y'all do that shit
like a day.
to grab a next one. And you don't even appreciate what you have that at home. So yeah, you may say it on the streets, but do you say it at home? No.
No,
All you want
no,
me to
no,
do is
no,
no.
no,
Come on, come
no.
on. Let's talk.
All right,
Real talk.
hold on,
Real
hold on.
talk. You
No,
want
hold
me?
on.
Hold
All
on.
right,
Let
hold
me
on.
finish. Let me
All right, go ahead.
finish.
Come. All right. Shoot your
You
shot.
want me to support you, support your bullshit, cook, clean, and fuck you, right? And at the end of the day, all you want to do is go outside on the streets and tell a next woman what you would just say. But when you say it at home, never.
Look,
Because all
look.
you
All right,
worry about,
all right,
if you look a
all right,
certain way, you get mad or
all
vexed
right.
because she
Let me
gonna
share.
burn
Let me
you.
share it. You see, with Tycoon as a G, now take it from Tycoon as a bro, as a G. You see me, any girl at all with me a date or in a relationship with, she is never short of compliment. Never. Any one of my ex them can tell you that. I always a compliment them. You see what
Hey,
I say?
but when you compliment,
Always a compliment
no,
them.
when you compliment that, is it real? Or are you fucking somebody on the
No,
outside and how your
no,
friend
all
them
right,
and say,
listen.
"Oh, this my sister and we don't have nothing going on," and you've been fucking her for
No,
how many years, and
no.
you can't even open up and say
As a
you're
G,
doing it.
me not really gravitate to multiple women at once because a problem can't really deal with it. So me distance myself from that. You see,
Mm,
bro can't tell you. Bro can't tell you because me share them things with him and when we are all with personal reason and them little thing they face with little challenges and with little demons and adversity. Me show him the whole works. Me as a G don't like multiple women at once. Me can't bother with the heap of foolishness. Cause right now, me have one of my dog in a one predicament. I must have about 5 women in my bank plus he live with female man and he can't even answer female phone
Mm.
without being a problem. And me you know see myself in a them thing. My father have 6 baby mother, 9 kids. I mean I want follow suit. My brother I run on my father because he have maybe 4 baby mother and 7 kids. So no.
Can I
You
ask
can't
you
go
a
to stress there.
question? Can I
You see
ask
me
you
I
a
say?
question?
So
Can I ask you a
shoot the shot,
question?
man. Shoot the shot. Shoot.
Show it no, man. Do it no.
Sure, do
is
it now, man. Do it
is
now.
yeah, may I do it? So is that real or is it fake? Because y'all have a
My
whole
genuine.
lot. Wait, ask your question. You not let me
My
finish.
genuine.
Yeah, but if you're genuine, if you're really genuine,
My dear. Mm-hmm.
how you show up, and you may chat some fuckery to me and tell me, "Oh, this my sister," and you been fucking her. And you want
No,
me
that
to
that's
be
the thing.
no, time out. You want me to be comfortable
No.
in a situation where I already know because I see it. You ain't gotta tell me nothing because I'm a feel it, I'm a see it.
All right, listen. As a G, you know, listen. As a G, you know, so tycoon as a
Hey,
G,
can I tell you
as me
something?
tell
I
you
don't like
now.
that G thing. I don't like
Oh,
my understand
all
more
right.
than you think I know. I don't
No,
like that
listen.
G thing.
Well, with me different from most people. Cause you see, as I tell you, I've been around enough people with them relationship problem, multiple partners and them thing there. Me see my brother do it, my father do
Mm,
it,
mm,
and my father and my mother have a problem because of that. And I me grow up and me know see you as a G, me for respect woman, as a youth, me for respect woman. Cause you don't know see you hear them have feelings just like anybody else. You see me? Me do things differently because I want to set an example. Me is a leader, never a follower, you know. So me not go see
mm,
about nobody took off a building top and me go follow them. You know. I must me a jump off and them a follow me. You see me? Cause we born for lead out, you know. You see me? I say, my bro, the review basket and tell us that we say one team, one dream. Say any girl at all with me in a relationship with, she just knows you, she dep on the playing field full time. She not go be a substitute on and off. No, you know work that way there. You see me I say? Cause me do things different. And we say different from the average. We never go average, we go different. You see
Well,
me?
we need
So
y'all to
that me I
teach
try
the
to
rest
show
of
you.
y'all
So
friends
me
them
not
to teach.
necessarily
Teach.
sure about this.
Teach.
I
Me not
don't. I
Big up
necessarily
my
guess
brother,
what?
though.
sure.
Big
Guess
up
what?
him.
Real talk. Man, never believe that. Man, never
No.
believe that. But you know why? Because you
Yeah.
chat one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You chat some
Hey,
fuckery. You hear me to say? You
Keisha.
No.
chat. Huh?
No.
Keisha. Let
No.
me pronounce your
Listen.
name.
Hey,
Let
Ty.
me pronounce your name the right way. Keisha. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
These this y'all and y'all. Are you speaking in general or are you speaking Jamaicans? Like yeah.
I think
He,
she's speaking like
I feel that
Jamaican.
yeah, like she had a lot of
hey,
deal with like she
thank
deal
you.
Bro,
she
Thank
bro,
you,
had no
brother.
dealing with
bro,
Jamaicans. So she like
bro,
y'all.
bro.
Yeah,
The
very
Right.
thing
good.
is, she probably
Yeah,
had
so
a
yes.
couple running with some Jamaicans and she had
May
some
I
bad
say very
experience
good.
No, just time
and she
out.
feel like all
Fire just
Jamaicans are the
asked me a
same thing.
question and you not even let me answer the question.
All right, go on, baby.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So Fire, yes,
Mhm.
I'm speaking Jamaican.
I know it gotta be.
Ah,
I'm speaking
Mhm.
ah,
I
Jamaican
know it gotta be.
because that's my
That's
experience,
what I'm
right?
saying. Of course,
And
not nothing wrong with
everything
that.
that
Nothing wrong with that.
here
Yeah, nothing
chats,
wrong with that.
and I know my chat not proper. I know it's not.
Look like you and Tycoon got Lincoln and
no,
okay.
no, bro. Watch her pray, you know. Watch her pray, you know.
Hey, boo.
She probably had a few run-ins with some Jamaicans, you see,
Mm.
A
and it
few,
never necessarily
a few.
work
He
out.
said a few. Fire.
I'm
He
not
said a
sure, you know.
few.
I'm just saying something. I'm just on a roll,
This show
so
is
I'm
sweet
just going
tonight.
with the flow.
Like it.
But bro, You
Well,
see,
love the
me
show,
as a
man.
Jamaican right now, we don't sugarcoat nothing. Now you don't know, say, yo, yeah, we're Jamaican now, and we just talk it like how it is. You see, because remember when we were on Real Talk Reason with FF Vibes, you don't know, your boy dancehall underscore tycoon said
Mm.
we just talk it like how it is. We don't sugarcoat nothing. Now we don't pretty up nothing because we're not pretty boy fly. We just be real. You see me, I say, I mean, I get it
Time
out
out,
there.
time out. What you just said, that's you. That's you. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything either. That's your chat to me, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we're
Yeah, yeah,
reasoning
yeah.
right now. That's you.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
just talk about if we
Mm-hmm.
want to move it. That's not
Mm-hmm.
the majority.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't say that's not
Mm-hmm.
even because
Mm-hmm.
we can
No, Chanel. Wait. Let me
put it in
continue.
all men, right? From all
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean, because I can say I've had better, before fire, right? Let's
Hmm.
just,
Be
right,
real,
right,
yeah. She had better times with other guys and guys.
right,
This is what
and
you're trying to say.
fire build bridge the gap in the
Hmm.
Guyanese circle for me in a certain way, but sometimes I feel like he still get a lot of heat from me because of past Guyanese. So it's like he's still
And that's
strong.
what I tell my friend
Yeah,
the other day. Yeah.
So I say I can't, because we can relate. Is culture is who we are and things like that. But I've always tried to be mindful because I don't want to bring past hurts from
Right.
previous Guyanese
Yep.
because but he also does a good job in assuring me because that's why I said he was like, yo, you could go, but here not that I want him to go, but at the same time, it's like I don't have to deal with it because, but then I don't want to, like certain things might happen and triggers from the past, and then and then I end up lashing out sometimes, but sometimes it's some of the things that might have triggered that, and
Mm.
have to look at people as individual, and that's even for a stripper. Girls like men would demean. That doesn't mean because she's a stripper, that doesn't mean that she can't be a wife, right? It,
Right.
so we judge people too much, and because we might see a person standing in a corner and might not be quiet or might not say something, but that might be the most deadliest person. So we have to be careful how we're doing life and treating people. That's the bottom line. To know what,
But what you just said, you judge.
yeah, judge. We judge
Wait, come
people,
on. We don't have a right to judge nobody.
but we do.
And at the end of the day,
Hmm.
what they want and what their piece is it goes back to being authentic. It goes back to communication on everything. I can't judge you for nothing if we've communicated about it. You
Yeah,
see
but
what I'm
some
saying?
people is not gonna communicate. Some people have to feel comfortable enough to communicate, and some people you have to ask them question in order to draw certain things. You have to learn. And unfortunately, the society that we live in now, you have to be kind of like a psychiatrist, and you have to study people, but you have to study and know yourself, because a lot of times it's like I will ask fire certain questions because there's certain things that I might not like or that I didn't grow up with, I might see him do. So I know how to ask the question. Now, a previous time I didn't know. So, but that,
Why didn't? Because you didn't watch him. So
no, because I've
I
studied,
know
I
that who
went
I.
personal self development, you know what I
Mm,
mean? To where it teach me how to communicate, how to understand people, how to relate to people. And those are the things that even my other businesses and things like that taught me, right? That we have to get to know people who they are. You cannot, we can, majority of the time, we can fake stuff all we want, but a real person that really know people can tell if you full of shit or not. I can tell men that's full of shit all day that be trying to sell me shit. They pull up with their car, fancy car, like that gonna buy me. None of them things impress me. Never, right? But because they don't know who they are. So I feel like sometimes men struggle more because they're feeling like they have to live up so much to society. But at the same time, I feel like men make a lot of excuses because today's society, they are exposed to much more things that they can do to better themselves than they had back then. So there's no more excuses for none of us, right? So yes, men hurt all of us. That's part of
Mm-hmm.
life, right? We've all got hurt and will be hurt if we don't change. You said certain things. I said certain things, but at a certain point in our relationship, in the kids' life, same thing. In business aspect, in my friendship, this is who I am. None of my friends can say, Sean, and I drive into the answer. None of my friends can say, or family can say, Sean never helped or supported them. None of my friends can say, Sean robbed them. How many
Yep.
people can say that? None of my friends can say, I slept with a man. None of my friends can say, I've done anything to disgrace or dishonor them. So we have,
Can I say something right here?
yeah.
I can remember the time me and you went out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was buying the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, I never had a friend to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why me and you connect.
Yeah, because
Because
I
if
was
I
always
really
the one
rock with
spending. I
you,
was always the one spending. So
yes.
to have somebody
And
to actually do something for me, yeah, it felt good. You know, it felt good, and that's the honest to God truth. So people need but those are things like money. I always tell people like money don't fancy me. If I got it, my whole team, we gonna go to dinner, the nicest restaurant. We gonna go do this. We do whatever we want to do, right? And I ain't looking for it back or looking for that because I want my friends to be happy. I want my family to be happy. That was always me. So I could rock a rainbow. Or I said the much as money that I give away or spend, I could
yes,
rock in all of the Gucci and name brand, but those things was never me. Like
important.
I needed
Mm-mm.
it,
Mm-mm.
and then the same ones that's rocking the Gucci and all that stuff was the same one that had to come and borrow from me or ask me. And that's why I don't understand. Like, if I am conserving myself to try to have a better life, and what people now understanding, those material is good once you have it, but don't stop trying to impress people with these,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
right? Stop trying to impress people with these things, and in the end they don't really care because then they're not knowing who you are truly. So if people are only going for me for material things of what I look physically, you don't get to know who I am. The people that get to know Sean for the person she is inside, you will get more from me than the person that's trying to come and feel like they can scam me or take from me because I already don't read you anyway. And
Mm.
then I'm gonna play you. So people need to understand there's other women like me that think the same way.
Yes.
So I'll end up manipulating you more than you think you're manipulating me because I don't figured you out.
And you taught me that.
Yeah.
You taught me that because my heart is so big, right? You
Hmm.
taught me that. And I had to understand that no is a complete sentence. And it's okay. You know what I mean?
If they can't accept your no,
Mm.
if you can't do something for somebody no more, if the well done dry up, then you're gonna know exactly who they are.
Forget when the well dry up. Let's go real, sister. When you in a hard situation and
Mm.
things change, you see every fucking thing.
You sure do. You're gonna know who's real and who's fake. There's why Fire and I could. A friend of his said to me, he said, "Damn, y'all strong." In the 3 years we've been in Brooklyn, it was not easy.
I know that.
You
But
understand? But the
at the end
fact
of
that
the
we're
day, what
still,
I know is that the
that's what
union,
built us.
right? But guess what? It allows us to grow.
Mm.
I can't hear you, Keisha.
I mess him in here.
Yeah,
It
go
ain't got
ahead,
nothing to do with
Tycoon.
me. It's she.
But you see, all right, as I tell you still, you know, As me tell you, say, it all has to do with the person. Because listen, you see, most people get involved with other people for all the wrong reasons. You see me I say?
Mhm.
Because
Yep.
Keisha had some bad experiences and
Oh, can
she
I say
probably
something to
Well,
you?
and Taiko, not Keisha, Keisha. Don't get you
Keisha, or
crossed. Don't
just
get you
say K.
crossed.
Just say
Oh,
K.
Lady
Thank
K.
you.
alright.
Thank you, Fire.
Yeah,
Cross.
all right. Sorry about occasion. You see, me normally
That's what we
me
play
not
with, man.
pronunciation issues. You see, me say sorry about that. Sir. But Keisha, you see, this is just my 2 cents on it. Still, you see,
Mm.
you can be in relationships with individuals that are from Jamaican descent or Jamaicans, and not because it doesn't necessarily work out with them. Means everybody are the same thing. You
No,
cannot judge
whenever,
a
no,
book
time out
by
with that.
its cover.
I'm not gonna judge you from a stick, and I know I'm talking proper English because I'm not gonna chat tonight. But I can't judge you from a stick that I can't judge myself from. That's just me. If I want something, I'm not gonna say you're wrong if you can't give it to me. It's okay. The reason why, and this is the biggest thing that Shine Bright Shawndel taught me. And I know that I was a people pleaser. And I'm so blessed to have this girl in my life for over 20 years. And it's been deeper over the last 5 years. It's been so much deeper because she knows me, right? And she knows that my heart is big. And oftentimes I do more than I should. So, my perspective on it, I'm not going to judge you from a stick that I can't live up to. Period.
Remember
And
them
I'm
saying a life. All right, continue.
No, go ahead. She good. You go ahead, Taiko.
All right, remember them say your good friend better than pocket guide. Them say that for a reason.
true,
You see?
true, true.
I remember it. You see, a lot of persons don't necessarily know the meaning of what goes around comes around.
Yes, karma.
But check this out. But
True.
just check. We call it karma. But check this out. You see, the kindness where you put out there in the world always have a way of finding back itself to you. Remember that. And
Always
that's how
it has.
the circle,
Always.
the 360 degrees circle have to complete. It have to complete. So whoever did you wrong, you know it's the worse than way them do to you, I go be
You come
stored
to them.
upon them.
Can I say something with that?
Hey, go ahead.
I don't care. And you're Jamaican. May I chat to you and
Mm-hmm.
say, if it wasn't there when it was sweet, don't be there when it's sour.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Mm-hmm.
nobody give me a message to carry, I'm not gonna carry a message.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens between me and you is me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this whole thing, this whole topic of Dallas girl and bad girl, it comes back to the place where you were not comfortable enough, whatever the
I.
reason, you weren't
Mm-hmm.
comfortable enough to be vulnerable enough
To be yourself.
to be yes, Shondell, be yourself.
Be yourself.
And and guess what? It doesn't make you bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me bad. If it doesn't work, it's good. We big people.
But
Mm-hmm.
we want to
But
leave it not just in the big people, but we also want to leave for the generation where we go back to the younger ones understanding themselves. And I know Fire said earlier with Lexi and things like that, is like you can Lexi's always been the type for um name brands. you know, from since she was small, Lexi had a iPhone
mm-hmm.
at Two.
That was you,
Oh,
girl. That was
and
you.
but I
So
said that I told him I said Lexi was the only child, my first child, and at the time things were great to where you know
yes.
things was just there. So she never want anything she wanted, she had, and I've always made sure that I work hard for my children. That was one of my thing of having children late was wanting to
Mm.
be in a place to where they never wanted for anything or they never
Mm.
feel like they have to go outside to get it. So sometimes it
But
makes it hard that where is like you set in the standard you set. I'm training my
but
children a certain way,
Yep.
but how are other people training their children? Right? Because then they
And
but
still
check this
gotta
out,
go
Sean.
interact.
But check this out, Shawndel. All right. You see, me know as a G growing up, You see, growing
mm,
up with my mom, cause I'm not growing with my father. My
mm,
father went away and don't know say yo, yeah, mommy I do everything and thing. You don't know say yo, yeah, you with and give you a trouble and mommy will be attacking and the whole works. You see what I say? But
mm,
the long and short of thing is when I became an adult, you see, mommy passed on me a teenager, say, yo, yeah, daddy still never did the car, daddy the overseas and thing, and you have to go and rough you
mm,
like a sandpaper,
mm,
same way.
mm,
And certain little mistakes you had to make to learn from it, and them look way.
Same thing as say, man. Yeah, man.
Certain mistakes we made, learn from it,
Can we
became
change
an
the
adult.
language? Don't call it a mistake. Call it
It
an
is.
opportunity. No, but no, it's
I
not.
don't, no. Certain
Call it an
certain things in our life will
opportunity.
happen. I wouldn't say it's an opportunity. An opportunity is like getting a work for better yourself or something like that. That's what I
Right,
call an
but it
opportunity.
did. It prepared us for that.
Yeah, it made me a better person and it made me stronger. Cause I want to kill me, I gonna make me stronger.
Right. Yes.
That's what
So
I
don't
know.
call it a mistake.
And me know say yo, me I work towards certain things right now because whenever I become a parent, you know say more of my youth grow in a certain way where him have my influence. Because I know say yo, in a Jamaica, most of the youths them not really grow no father. It's either them dead or them cage up. A lot
But
of persons
why?
don't know.
Why? Why?
All right, a survey was done a few years ago. Can't remember the exact year right now, but when they did the survey, they said that Jamaican men value their firearm more than their own masculinity, and it's true. A man rather fi draw fi a gun right now than fi know say yo yeah, I'm gonna pre little intimacy or you want some sex or whatever. I mean I don't really know why. I mean I go try if it bust my
So
brain
do you
to
think
know
it's the
why.
music?
No, most all right. In Jamaica, they try to use certain other things as a scapegoat, like the artists, the music. They every minute them band song and dancehall has been raw, cut, and unedited from ever since I can remember.
I don't think
From
it's been
ever
as
since.
bad as it is now, and
No, no,
because
no, no,
I
no, no,
listen
no.
to music, you know, but
Shonda, if you
yeah.
could check back the 90s dance, I remember Broadcasting Commission never did used to add edified music really or play. The answer was raw. When we say raw, why do you think they say that the 90s era of dancehall was the best and the epitome of dancehall? Because it is. So they just use the music as scapegoat. Listen, remember, in Jamaica, you don't necessarily have proper structured community where you have good road, light, water, and infrastructure where you can learn trade. If you have household without father in it, the son and the daughter see mommy have sexual intercourse in a like one room shed and them look thing there. Boy will become unruly and start talk to his mother anyway because his mother carrying multiple partners and them look thing there.
Mhm.
Daughter will become unruly and reach a certain age and want a man because she reach 14, 15 and hormones start to take its toll and them look thing there. She feel like she a woman two she a 13, 14 year old and big belly because you know been a tree from it young so you can't bend it when it old. them local thing. Them things that happen in Jamaica regularly in the ghetto and in the garrison.
But
You see what I say?
I hear you, but at the same time, this is why I said, how do we change that?
All right. Oh, all right. From me, oh, we can change it. You see, there's a number of ways. Cause as I may say, the system not necessarily I do nothing for the youths. Them not necessarily I do nothing for young people. Because in a Jamaica, young people not necessarily have the opportunities like the elder states. If you check politics, 60 or 70 year old in the politics, I make money where you know say yo a young person's brain are gonna be more fertile than a man with a 60, 70 when you know say probably seeing in brain start get a water and them like a thing. He start forget certain things. People with their own him, he own son and daughter with their own him and him none of him remember them name at times. And them now try to get out them people out and get in some young people with have fresh ideas and new things where they can bring to the table. You see me I say? Them quick
But they want to bring it to the table for the benefit of them. Come on, let's
them,
talk real. Let's talk real, because I respect everything you say. Really, I do. At the end of the day, it still goes back to what she is trying to tell you.
Mhm. I'm listening.
I think where, I know a
All
lot
right,
of times black men don't like to get involved in politics, but I think like you guys have to understand that in the politics world, that's how laws and stuff get changed. If you
all
guys
right.
don't
Let me
get
say a
involved to
thing to you,
learn,
Sean.
you can't change it.
All right, check this out, Channel. In Jamaica, there's like over 3 million people on record because you know say and everybody go in the system. Once
A
you're in the
woman
population
know
code, you don't have an ID,
that
you don't take up census, you're not recognized in the system. You're
okay,
out of the
and
system.
y'all,
So
I can
so we'll
only
call you.
speak from Jamaican, right?
So we'll call you a
The
alien. Let's
control
aim.
comes with the money,
All right, let's aim it for a second.
and money is the
Keisha.
root of all evil.
No,
Okay.
no, no, no,
And
no,
that's
no,
the
no, no,
thing
no,
that I
no, no,
don't
no.
like.
You need to
Cause
you
me
all
been
right,
there, me
listen.
see it, me do
Keisha,
it,
Keisha,
me understand it
Keisha, like
one
say money is the root of
overstand
all
it,
evil.
like
It's
I
not.
say,
Keisha,
overstand it one
Yeah,
thousand
I
percent.
such a such a
So
grow up.
you
Keisha,
can't chat to me tonight and tell me
Keisha.
that that culture,
Listen me now.
specifically
Listen me
speaking
now.
about
Keisha,
Jamaicans,
listen me now.
doesn't breed a girl to make
Mhm,
sure she can have her
mhm,
education. She don't have to
mhm,
give her body. She don't have to come
mhm,
outside
All right.
like
All right.
naked
I just something. Let's hear me out
to
for a second,
just
Keisha.
get that man to come to her sexually, and she's gonna have him and the next one and the next one, and then y'all degrade her. But y'all
No.
wicked when it
No,
comes
listen to
with that.
Keisha.
Y'all
Just
don't
listen,
come to
listen.
a place where I can
Keisha, like
say,
the man
I
Keisha,
just
talk.
want this man and let us
let
build.
him
Keisha,
say.
you gotta let
So
you
don't
finish.
tell me you don't know that that culture is what it is.
Oh, what this
I'm
boy?
not,
All right.
I,
Check this
no
out and make
Okay,
a
way
more
am
admire
Keisha.
I
to say.
hating on the Jamaican culture because I live there. I would love to be living there right now. I get it. But yeah, we kids, when it comes to
All right.
men, men in
Well,
Jamaica
on Keisha.
like to control.
Keisha.
They like a
All right.
woman that would be okay when I can share.
Oh,
And then women that say something,
Where?
you want to box me down?
Oh, here.
No.
I see.
No. All right. I,
So tell
I
me I'm
don't
wrong.
know.
Talk to me.
I
Tell me
don't.
I'm wrong.
I don't know about your experiences. I'm just gonna speak generally. I've never hit a girl, beat up a girl, the box on a girl, the whole works. Let me just address something now. Listen, you said something earlier, and this is just my philosophy
Right, you
and
hear
just
me? Because
dance.
it's quiet
yeah,
now.
We hear you,
we
but
hear you. Wait, let's give him
let
a
him
chance for him
talk.
talk. Please.
All right, this is just dancehall
Can't hear you.
tycoon's opinion. All right, listen me now. You say that money is the root of all evil, but yet still in Jamaica, Jamaicans are suffering. Why you think there is so much crime and violence in Jamaica? It's because of the lack of money. All right? A poor people suffer the most. Remember that. Poor people suffer the most because you don't know, say, yo, yeah, a poor man can't afford to do certain things where a rich man can do. You see me? Most Jamaicans, nobody feel like say all Jamaicans are bad. Most Jamaicans just want to see them family good. You see me? I say, my bro, the review boss can tell you, say, yo, take it from tycoon. Every single chance me get, we say, yo, bro, active, and me say, my phone I blow up with 40 or 50 message say, yo, A, B, C, and D in the day again. I'm grateful. You see what I say? It's not all about the money or what she have to say. You see me I say? You have good people in the system and everybody in a crime and violence. You see me I say? Not saying that crime and violence not out here now, but most of it the system is to blame. Jamaica is a country like this, bro, where you have like just over 20,000, 21,000 thereabouts security personnel in our country. We have over 3 million people. You know, say it should be at least 100,000.
Real talk.
Hmm?
Okay, but let me
It
ask
should
you
be,
this. Why
yeah.
is it that especially majority of black, because it's not just in Jamaica, right? Majority of the black men, they don't go to school. School is free to us on, I don't know about Jamaica.
Mhm.
School is free from the from kindergarten to 12th grade.
All right. Listen, when I was going to school, it was different. You could have just go register and you got school. Now you have to pay. It changed. High school CXCs are expensive. I think like I know the girl who did a couple CXCs recently and she paid maybe like 30 something thousand Jamaican for
So
two
yeah, I have to
CXCs. I
pay for
remember
high school.
you have to
So that's
pay
the same like
you have
Guyana.
to pay the school fee. It's like it's like a
School fund.
tuition. You have to pay the
Mm-hmm.
school fee, and when you reach the stage for subjects, you have to pay for it as well.
So
The
y'all don't
system in
have
Jamaica,
public schools.
public schools, you have private, you have public, the whole works.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
still have to pay
And
at the public school.
you still have to pay.
Oh wow.
Like the high schools, them you know, say a public school, them all the kids go there. You know, say, who can afford the rich people, them are gonna send them kids to a private school. The whole works just like how you have private doctor and you have public doctor. The health sector in Jamaica, the whole works. There's a lot of things in Jamaica where you know say you can change, but at the same time, the system, all right. The system kids, you see, the prime ministers
Mm-hmm.
and the politician kids are gonna get much better treatment than a poor man people. Because first and foremost, our the prime minister film people never go to public school. You know, say film people never go to private school. Because him not necessarily want film kids and mix and mingle with like ordinary or regular citizens. You see me I say?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not gonna see film kids are go certain places. It's like them a tell themselves say, chew them fall from uptown, them better than downtown people. You see me I say?
Mm-hmm.
But me no as a G, I always tell myself, so no boy no want me. No girl
Mm-hmm.
no want me. Only two
Mm-hmm.
persons in this world really and truly me always say more than me and my parents. Because
Mm-hmm.
of them let me there. So those are the only two. So if me did rate you before I realize say you no rate me. Me take back my ratings. So me equal
Mm-hmm.
you no rate me and me no rate you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think like everybody is like that. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're up or lower. At the end of the day, we all gonna go to that grave the
Because
same way, right? Or
because
different way, but we're gonna lay in the same coffin, right? But I think sometimes, yes, I understand. I always say I can live anywhere because of my mindset to, if I have to hustle or if there's no job that's less than. And I think sometimes people look at that like, it's degrading, so they won't take certain job. But at the end of the day, you have to eat. It's called survival. But then you work hard, you don't give up to keep, because you know you want betterment. In this life that we live in, Everybody have their own thing, and everybody gonna have struggles, no matter how. The majority of the wealthy people didn't grow up wealthy. They just never
No,
gave up.
exactly. But listen, that's the problem with you see, that's the problem with a lot of people, you know. You see, me as a G, you know, I have a lot of persons in my circle. More time my phone blow up with message. I have like 20 of message more time when I wake up a morning time on my phone. And everyone on my G them always a link me and I say, yo bro, you're good. Cause most of the time they have the moments where them frustrated, them probably feel like give up and them like with them. Yeah. Always I be the one to say, yo bro, on the hear me I say no man, we're gonna do it big and we're gonna do it like Nike. You see me? You know, just go
Mm-hmm.
and tough your team and go and hold it like a true G. Because me sorry, Keisha, no depend on the stream, see me, because I want to show her certain little things and make sure you know, say, yo, yeah. Not because certain things not go your way. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean, say, yo, yeah, all the way are the same.
Same.
No.
Yeah.
Real talk.
She has said some things, and it's like, what she has said, it's like, true, she had some bad experiences with Jamaicans before, she probably feel like, oh, all the way the same thing. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't use a broad brush and paint all the way. You see me? I say, you just mix with the wrong set of nigga. That's just
Mm-hmm.
that. You see me? I've been in relationship with girl where, right, you know, if me sick would make a cup of tea for me. But you feel like, say, yo, me, I go use that for, say, yo, every woman are the same thing. No.
Mm-hmm.
You see me? The scale is it have to balance, you know. It can't go 51-49, you know. It have to go 50-50. So if you ever smart way bad, you have a good person. And that's the balance. So we call it yin and yang, the Chinese zodiac yin and yang. Because nobody is born bad. Everybody is on a mutual ground where they're capable of great good and great
Mm-hmm.
evil. That's how me look on it, you know.
Well,
That's how me look on it.
well, it was a definitely sweet conversation tonight. Ain't gonna tell no lie, you know what I mean? Big up to
Can't cap
Tycoon,
more.
ain't gonna tell no lie, you know what I mean?
Can't cap more that, bro. You
Every
see me? I have to
Thursday,
check it.
every Thursday have a forward.
Yeah, we're gonna
Bro,
definitely continue this
yeah.
because we definitely
Can't
wanna
promise you that in the book. You know I think go say yo, you wait for some
we
documents to
wanna
start.
talk about the
Yeah, man.
education side, and we wanna go back, but
Yeah, you
we'll
know say
go,
that's a fun
future.
fact though.
I'm saying like a next show where we're going back to how, or also how we can help. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that we're
Yo,
we're having grown conversation, but we want to create solutions. So it's just like for the
education is
young
key
women,
still.
we want everyone. I say this, it starts with a personal accountability, meaning that I'm personally looking and evaluating myself and looking and see, am I the cause? Am I the one doing? Am I doing everything in place? That doesn't mean that trouble won't come or stuff won't happen, because in life these is how we grow. But in every situation that happens, is, are you growing from it, or is it setting you back? Right?
Remember say
So,
remember saying the
mhm,
Shawndel. I said this to a lot of persons, you know. Enough people need to understand say yo that the hardest maths are life. You
mhm,
can't get no harder maths than life. You see me? And if you don't believe me, try predict the 31,536,000 seconds that make 1 year, and you will see say the hardest maths we may tell you about a life.
mhm. Yeah.
Because
It,
there's nobody in this world right now, no living person on earth who can predict 1 year and it go exactly like how they predicted it. So the hardest maths and the hardest subject are life.
Right. That, I mean, we can look at the biblical way, we can look at the Bible, we can take examples from older ones, you know what I mean? And those are the
But
things that I look at. I look at older people, older relationships, and I study the mistakes that they made. So you try to prevent. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to have my own trials and tribulations.
challenges,
Yeah, because those are the
exactly.
things that grow you, but it's also your mindset. Is also, we go back to the teaching, and a personal thing. There's certain things that I see women go through, or certain women that took and dealt with it and eat it, and I said that's not going to be me. So I choose not to be that, not to be me. So respect is a big thing for me because I respect people,
Exactly.
right? So that's one of the things that I hold any person in my friendship, in my business. Whether I'm doing business with you is going to be the same thing. Whether I'm friends with you is going to be the same thing. If I'm in a relationship with you, is going to be the same thing. So I'm consistently the same person, right? But I'm also consistently the same. I've grown because certain things that I would used to handle or do a certain way, I try to now be a little bit more compassion and try to understand the way the other person might think
Hmm.
before I take it to a level to where maybe I have to go back to the ocean and do some things. So what I'm saying tonight is that for every woman or woman that feel like she have to do certain things, get to know, go back to learning yourself, and don't feel like you have to compete or keep up. Just love you, and the right person is going to come, but don't stop selling yourself short.
Hmm.
Same thing for
Exactly.
men. Stop selling yourself,
Exactly.
because men feel like because they have a whole lot of women, no woman wants a man that any woman can get. Same thing. I don't want a man that is
No,
a
you're
community
speaking.
property.
You're speaking. All right, listen. Is that as I said for you before, with a philosophy like that, it's not necessarily the way that you're saying it because, as me telling you, when we realize that Jamaica, most side woman them don't want a man for themselves. They want a man who have two, three, four, five women.
And
And
that's
I'm saying,
crazy.
why are you putting yourself through all
Yeah,
of this
that's
stress, all
crazy.
of this heartache, all of this psychological, emotional, and physical
Yeah,
trauma
because you're
and
gonna be hurt.
heartache?
You cannot be with this. Okay, let's say, when I was younger and stuff like that, and you were playing, and the hardest time will come when was holidays, Valentine's Day, and he with his wife, and he Sunday, you can't call him, or you can't see him.
Oh,
Men, I'm just speaking men in general, that's husbands, right? Because majority of the time they're family men, even though they might be
a
out there
husband.
a
Yeah,
husband,
of course.
right?
Channel, channel. 10 story now, and 10 story now, and we
Oh,
said this.
no.
I go make on the laugh. 10 story now, and pre this.
Mhm.
You see, when my phone chip out earlier, I want my
Mhm.
G woman call me and I ask for the dog. And I want tell her say, yo, I since night earlier on since night the G, the same woman who just called me moments ago, call me and I ask me say if I me I text the dog, but me say no. And I want new girl with the dog, I crush the dog, I'm about 4 or 5 out the road them and lick down. And it a cause whole heap of problem for him already.
And that's why
So
I say, even for men, right? Men have to be careful because I think women now, and especially social media, and I've said that when even for us, when we decided to make our life public more, even on the YouTube side of it, and we see what happened to Samar and Chrissy, these things, you know what I mean? Here it is, a family, and yeah, people make mistakes, but the embarrassment behind it, you know, that men are not understanding, and women, because at the end of the day, he's not leaving. As much as he did what he did, they're not leaving their wife. That wife would have to leave. Ladies, that's what we're trying to make you guys on. So even if you're going, forget what you get, but just know what you're getting into, and you can't say or blame the man, especially if you willingly know that that man is married, right? You have to learn how to cut your losses. Same way,
but
there's some men like that too, because women cheat too. Don't get
but
me wrong.
But me can't tell this. You see, most girls love married man. Me don't know why. Me don't know what them see. Just like what I'm saying to you, I know girls with them
There's a
rather
lot of
and
men that love married women, and I'll tell you this: I meet a lot of married men every day that hit on me every day. And you know why? Because there's no commitment. It would just be sex.
exactly it not
Most
gonna be no
women,
commitment.
nope. because he has a wife and I have a husband. And one man said that to me tonight. And he said, "Oh, only me, you, and God will know." I said, "No, me, you, God, and the devil gonna know. So either one of us gonna end up in heaven or one of us end up in hell.
I say, as
Because
me tell you,
everybody
Sean,
won't take it the same way."
as me tell you say yo, me realize say, 'cause me no, me can't bother with relationship with the drama. You see right now,
Yeah.
let me see. The drama, the only drama we want to see is watching a movie.
No, the only drama I want to see is that paycheck and we traveling and enjoying life and the things that we
You
used to
understand me?
do
Say
when we
the only
first
drama
started
we want to see,
dating.
I in a movie be like me I watch a little movie and me
Yeah.
have a laugh, or them little way. You see real life drama right now. Me can't angle that, so me try for distance and separate myself from that. Me is all about getting that paper, all about the hustle, getting from this poverty stage, murder that brother did, that
Exactly.
sister did, we you call poverty. I know see you, yeah,
Exactly.
me I live the dream.
Exactly.
You see me, cause me not in a room fi drop the button right now or drop my standard right now. Cause
Straight up.
as
And
me tell you,
and
see,
that's
me a
the
fall.
thing, when men get to a certain level and they're starting to make money. It's like that artist, I don't know, somebody post a video. His wife name is Chantel. So you bring up Chantel, he there performing, and he caught his wife in the back and he caught shit. He said, "Chanel? No, Chanel." Yeah.
He said
What's what's your name? Chanel, man. The guy with the dreads, he had brought his wife on stage
Mhm.
the other day and a show and introduced his wife. No. He called.
I don't hear that. I know
Yes.
I don't hear. I don't hear. Did bring up him wife is
And
and
then
I say
say,
she
"You
wants
like this girl here,
It's
sir?"
not. No, it's not. I don't.
No. "You like this girl here?"
That video you sent to
Chanel.
me.
Yeah, Chanel, you like this girl? And then she said, "Yeah, well, I like this girl. We like this girl. Take her number. Cause mine is a gallus." You see the foolishness? To where you
no,
can disrespect your wife?
But she
no.
accepted. That's not even like disrespecting his
That's
wife. You know.
disrespect.
She
But
she
yeah,
she
that's
embraced
disrespect.
it.
That's
Bro, you see, as
disrespect.
me tell you, bro, you see certain things when me see some man do, bro, and some woman do. Sometimes I have to wonder still, and sometimes I just see it and all right. You
Yeah.
see,
Same thing.
No, because sometimes
youths, I mean,
men feel like they have money that they can disrespect women.
all right, it's not all about the money. Free
So
the channel. I
Mm-hmm.
know. You see, when woman weak to man, man deal with them any and any way, cause man know say they not go out.
so what about the one woman with the two husband, with the two man?
You see,
What
when
about
time
that
woman
shit?
see say man weak to them,
I say kudos to
anytime
her.
you see, anytime you see a woman realize, say yo, him start
Hey
talk
God.
to a man. Channel, check this out, you know.
Yeah,
You
my
see,
brother. Go ahead. Yo,
anytime a
10
woman
more
see
minutes
say
and we
a
out here.
man a 14 day, cause you, bro, tell him what we call 14 day in Jamaica, cause she probably don't know. He probably fly over.
Weak.
You
You're
see,
weak.
anytime a woman see say yo, a man a 14 days to him, we call that 2 week,
2 week.
he in a trouble.
You're
The
too
human
weak.
live with it any
That's
and
fine.
any way.
Take your time. Take your time
Say
and
it
tell
again.
her. Gosh, just like when
Start
you tell
over.
me the first time, you have to take your time and tell her.
They say in a Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
anytime you see a woman realize say yo, a man a 14 days to her,
Mm-hmm.
he in a
Mm-hmm.
trouble. Cause we call 14 days in Jamaica 2 week.
Oh.
Ah, can't handle it. You're weak.
You're weak.
Yeah, the
You
first time
can't
I
get no
heard,
weaker than 2 weeks.
first time I heard he said it, I was like, yo, that bad, that bad.
But and that's the thing. We want to go back to everything we say as we wrap up.
Yeah,
It's not about blaming women or blaming
no, it's
men,
not.
right? And not allowing people to be their creative self. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you want to do, make sure that you can live with it. Make sure you can live with the consequences that can come. And sometimes don't put yourself in things that can harm you or can cost you your life, right? And but we know there's good and evil. There's some people that's going to do bad no matter what, but we know there's more good in the world, right? So
True. So true.
we want to say condolences to DC Young Fly, lost his wife today. And thus we're saying, loving yourself, ladies. Here you had a husband that loved you. You left three beautiful children. Young woman that died. She went and do plastic surgery. We see Black China took out all her plasties. You know what I mean? We see um, many other women doing it, but we don't want it to be so superficial to where now you don't even know who the real person is because they have all these things. And not saying that you don't want to be beautiful, right? But you
But
still have to first love yourself. You
here,
can
here we
change
go now,
certain things.
Shawndel. This
Mhm.
is a future topic and a food for thought, a future topic.
Mhm.
Um, I think we should most definitely have a reason and like women doing them body. Some of the reasons behind that, if
Mhm.
a low self-esteem, low self-value,
Mhm.
self-morals, self-love, the whole works. So I think it's a food for thought where we can have like a future reasoning on
Well,
that.
I want to have my boobs done because I don't want to wear a bra, and I want to have a tummy tuck. Yeah, because I want
Boo,
not
boo,
to
boo,
wear no.
boo,
Because
boo.
I've never had a
Boo,
stomach.
boo, boo.
So when I start driving tractor trailers, I got a
Boo.
tummy and have a baby, and I want to have my flat stomach again where I
I'm a,
could
I'm a,
wear my dress and
I'm
not
a
have
embrace her with that, man. I love. It's
um
one thing I love my wife
to
bad,
wear
you know.
a girdle or whatever you call a waist trainer. I don't want to wear. I never used to wear that. I don't want to wear none of that. So I want my tummy
Mm,
done, and I want a boob
mm,
job because I want to wear some
mm,
wife beaters without a bra.
That song
mm.
nice. I could admire them titties stand up like whoa. You know what I mean? Yeah, but
All
otherwise
right
than that,
then,
you don't know what go on
but
up and
Yeah,
running.
we'll definitely have that
We
conversation
will,
to
we will, we
where
will.
strictly natural meeting they still in cause you don't
but
know
when
some
you see
old
women
fashioned
doing
thing.
their lips and all that, I just it's so
Mm.
stupid. I
You
hate
know
it.
certain things, say as a G, certain things throw me off with women too. Me picky bad when you come on to woman,
Yeah.
From me a teenager, me stay and it's still in a me, Cause
Well, the
I
question
don't
is,
know.
y'all gotta make sure that some of these women is real women and they ain't get their penis done and tuck in. That's what y'all
Me
need to
even
be
know,
having
I
that
didn't
conversation.
even that I didn't even want to go there. I,
Ew, that's weird. Like, whoa.
that's
But
weird.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Uh,
weird.
But
yeah,
it's
man.
weird.
I'm
But
probably
But
I
it's
probably
men.
it's this is the new norm.
I
Up, up,
probably one time ever
up,
talked to a girl, a
up to
person
the
who was transgender, and the moment she said it to me, I instant block and delete.
You see?
up to today. I have a group whereby some of my friends
You
from
say,
Guyana,
John,
my
there,
selector friends,
the
and they
first
post
time I
this thing.
actually was talking to a person who
Right now,
said something
She's
about
a man.
is a
transgender.
man. But if you hear the
Yeah.
names them were following Sade, the DJs them
She
were
has
following
she
when he got following
yeah, because
he.
it looks real.
Yes. Me and my brother at time, I have a picture of yourself, brother there on TikTok. Is a man, but or him do himself. Then we was conversating and Diamond, my brother Diamond say, yo, he even heard that he went to cut off his penis and
Yeah.
all him something there.
Tuck it in.
And Diamond say, yo, me's one brother that is skin them up. I don't play right away. I tell you, he say, yo, don't bother with your auntie. My auntie him turn and say, no, I'm in my corner. I'm in my corner. You understand? But enough people don't know because
Yep.
that is what going on. These band of them
Yep.
looking like the yo,
Just like
yo, my
girls.
God, bro, it's
This
crazy.
guy did a makeup
It's crazy.
and he when you I see that and I looked at him, I'd have never thought. So he went and just peeled off everything. It was a man.
I tell you, you could get killed. A man could go and do makeup and son come and done you. You think it's a hot chick? Cause guess
Yep.
what? How we men still, you understand? We caught up in the gallus world. So
Yep.
every little thing, you can't say every woman we see. It go like this. Every heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
There's how it is with some man over these days. Every heart, everything what heartbeat and pass, them want it.
Wanted. Yeah.
So imagine you sitting, you say, "Well, she look good," and the most she give you a forward, or he will looking like a she give you a forward and just laugh and say, "Yeah, come, you right away. You
Yeah, you
feel like
did.
right away you feel like a head by I gosh, your car, why eyes are gallus. We get caught up too much in that. This is why someone
Mhm.
we is getting murder, kill, and we don't
Yep.
even know
Yep.
is who we gonna put ourselves in. But you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's totally crazy. But anyway, it was
So
a
cool,
pleasure
bro.
being here. It was nice. You
Yeah,
understand?
Most
definitely.
definitely, bro. From me can
Yeah, man.
check in, bro.
Yo, and
Cause we used
Tycoon,
to
I enjoy you more like this than I call in your ass. I'm happy for you now, we dog. Me not
yeah,
gonna tell a
man.
lie. So you don't know how I go on people. Love and respect.
Yes, definitely.
You know
Shout
the
outs
thing,
to
go, man.
Keisha. Shout outs to her whole Karen Touch. Shout outs to everybody that joined the live
And
tonight.
Keisha, us before anything, Keisha, please. Not all Jamaicans stay the same.
Yes.
So stop saying y'all,
And I
y'all,
had
y'all.
to say same things
Because
with
no,
all
Tycoon,
Guyanese,
Tycoon,
you
I been
know.
through it. I
Yeah.
been through it because I was surrounded by.
My whole family
Oh
nearly
my
killed.
God! You know is it and you know is it as a Jamaican you're there between some other people that you don't see here as a Jamaican or you hear there are your own people them and you're hearing yo me don't want a Jamaican man call them this just like okay Keisha go on you know and
Exactly.
you have to hold
Every
your head
single
you
time
have to hold your head
interact
and
with somebody, bro.
yeah you have to hold your head and
Every
say
single,
wait Father God I
every
hold this
single
Father
time,
God
bro.
that
Check this out,
that
bro.
was how I was
Yeah.
Check
that was
this
how
out
I was
before we wrap up the show. Cause may I tell you,
yeah
say every single time I talk to somebody from the diaspora, whatever, be it the UK, Canada,
you
or the
hear
States,
that that is what you
they're
hear
always like, oh, you're from Jamaica. Oh, he's one of them. All of them are the same thing. No, 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 no,
But
no.
I have a
Uh,
coworker is a new driver, and the first thing he said to me, he's like, "You's not like the rest." He said, because all the women like, "Oh, you Jamaican. Oh, I hope you're not like that." And he said, "You's the first person that I'm having a normal conversation with."
okay
Not everybody a gold digger, or
yeah
Yeah,
everybody.
man
Not everybody
yo
is all about
yeah
the
man
paper, or all about this, or all about the hype. Or no, 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 no. Sometimes some people need to take the time out, take the time out, and get to know people before
yeah, get to
you
know
pass
people.
remarks or judgment.
Yeah, get to know people. And that's what we miss. And I said that. I say that to people all the time. It's like another friend of mine said, he's like, he said, Sean, I never know you did all these things. He said, because you come to work every day and he's like, you're so humble. I didn't even know a lot of them are following me. So shout out to the whole Delta crew. Shout out to the whole ERMC family,
boop
you know, and you guys be watching all this craziness and then they like she coming to work and she just walk around here like nothing. But
But bro,
but
I tell you,
yeah.
say, you see, and that's the problem with a lot of people, you know. You see, I don't know their experiences, and my sympathies goes out to
Yeah.
whoever been with Jamaicans and they had some bad experiences. But listen, you have good people in the world.
I think
Not
we have
everybody is the
right.
same.
To whether you was
Not
hurt by
everybody is the same,
American,
bro.
whether you was hurt by Guyanese and things like that, one of the biggest thing is forgiveness. That goes for women and that goes for men. Every woman is not the same, so we cannot be labeled that way. And every man is not the same as much, but you have to get to know yourself and you have to be honest and you have to know what you can tolerate and what you can't. And don't settle. Too many people are settling, so we end up in a lot of mess and then we end up blaming. Don't settle. Know yourself, know what you want, and that way you don't have to be in these
Actually, actually,
situations.
most of them no value themselves and them just a look
Yeah,
for a quick fling in the car.
yeah,
Listen,
value yourself.
you see, most of them just in it for the sex,
Yep. Sex or money.
our money.
Yeah, sex or money.
To me, money and sex goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
it goes. Hmm.
yeah.
But
So
nevertheless, man,
But I
I
appreciate you
love this
guys for
topic
that, and
tonight. When I can
thanks
tell a
for
lie.
having me as usual. It was a live, but me I tell you say yo, we need to definitely have some more live stream like this and have some people a pass through, voice them opinion, and you don't
yeah,
know
we
say the
will.
whole rest.
We will have some guests, and we will definitely have some women that have done, um, got their body done.
Cause
If
we
they,
need people a call in and voice them opinion same way. Cause you don't know say over here so we keep it real same way. And
mm-hmm,
everybody, each and every single individual opinion is valid over here. So you see me, so
correct.
we're not afraid to call in. Whosoever go watch back the stream, we don't know say yo, yeah. We're not afraid to call in and voice on opinion cause we valid over here. So you don't know say yo, The review boss and Shawndel same way, dancehall tycoon same way. I will say one dream team, one side till the landslide. You see me? Support, don't be a
That's it.
ram goat, don't be
And
Billy
don't be
goat.
a ram goat.
Don't be a Billy goat, don't do it. So when I big up on yourself and I bless up on yourself again, you see peace and love. You see, I'm out.
Yeah, man, respect our manners, my brother. You don't know it things already, you know? People remember every Thursday from 11 to 12. Sometimes we go one.
This
Sometimes we
is
go two.
1:30.
Jeez. Like every time the show gets spicier as more long it go.
Yeah.
I could imagine we got like 15 people on this show here. So it looked like we ain't got to say, yo, yeah, just do ya, do him
Well,
join we
we'll
bed.
see. We'll
I left them.
change to
I
a
left.
night where, um, we can come on a little earlier
Yeah.
and see where we can have more, in depth because people do have work and different things. So,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You gotta go to work and all
and
them
we
thing.
have a talent spring concert in the morning
Oh my God,
at
I
nine
forgot.
o'clock.
I forgot that.
Yes.
So it was a pleasure. Remember, every Thursday, 11 to 12, or sometimes we go late, is about a big people conversation. That's what the show is. And definitely we have specific topic changing every specific topic every week. We come with a different topic. So definitely make sure you tune in, log in. For those persons who have joined us tonight, we want to thank you. And for those persons that is watching the show over, if you have not subscribed to the channel as yet, the door is open. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you put your notification bell on all so you'll be notified at all time we become live or we drop a vlog. Okay?
All
Peace,
right.
love, Shawndel,
Love
Leon.
yourself.
Yeah, man.
Love
That's it.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's it. We out. Peace.